Just that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very important transit talk. Some of you may not be familiar with me. I am not Peace Dealer with a wig. I am Sir Oreo. The Peace Dealer owes me another episode. I don't know if some of you know me. I actually am the mastermind behind Real Rap Recitals. All right, you see me remix Nicki Minaj's Chun-Li. That was me. All right, and we did an episode before that. You know, he promised me he would do the third episode. He's such a procrastinator. All he does is talk all day. He thinks he's funny. It's unbearable. It's unbearable. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just so disappointed. He promised me. He made a fool out of me. He said he would do so episode 3. He's never done it since. Anyway, welcome to this transit talk. This is about Neptune. It's direct transit. Neptune is going to go direct from December 2nd until June 28th. So, you know, I figured Neptune, in order to understand this transit has everything to do with people putting on masks. People, you know, Neptune has everything to do with deception and, you know, things not at all being at all what they seem. And so I figured it would be best for me to do this transit because people wear all sorts of masks and people, you know, act to be characters they're not. And so I figured, why not I do this? I drugged the Peace Dealer's drink before he came in. So he's not going to be up for a while. And, you know, in honor of Neptune, which has a lot to do with alcoholism, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to consult a special miracle liquid. The Peace Dealer bought it yesterday. It was called Douce. I've never really tried this. So I'm going to be sipping on this Douce while I do this. I might get a little saucy. I might channel. I will be channeling a lot. So, you know, something to keep in mind. This transit is going to be phenomenal. All right. And I know this might be funny for some of you. You see me, you think that this is my mask. This is how I was born. I came out the womb with this hair. But, you know, I really just want you to disassociate what you believe about reality, because Neptune rules Pisces, which is inherently metaphysical. And if you really study quantum mechanics and the many worlds theories, and you know all these theoretical models about how reality isn't really the reality that you think it is. Shout out to Pam Grout. I started reading E squared and E cubed again for these you know, energy exercises, and this Neptune is going to bring you into uncharted territory regarding your intent, regarding the beliefs that enable you to create your reality. Because you know you create your reality, right? If you don't, you will. All right. And so just really keep this in mind. It's very, very huge. I want you to think of the fact that to many of you, I am portraying a character that is fake. The Sir Oreo doesn't exist to you, and that's the Peace Dealer's fault. He made you think that I'm just some caricature. I'm just some character that he put a wig on. But I want you to really think about that. I want you to think of the psychology about why you associate the true identity of this character as the Peace Dealer. How come this isn't my real persona? What is it that you know about the Peace Dealer that makes you think he's realer than me? Is the reality you're experiencing even real? How do you know? Is it because you've seen him on screen? Is it because you've seen him say certain things? Is it because this channel is called the Peace Dealer? And so as I break down these transits, I want you to really ask yourself, how do you know what you really know? Let's get epistemological here, if that's how you say it. This is very important. Thank you. We're getting deep here. What the fuck is really real? Because if you know any Pisces will tell you none of this exists. They're woke. This is why they troll you every day. They laugh at you taking everything seriously because they get the cosmic joke. And they know none of this really matters. I mean, there's matter, you know, and then there's the release of that matter through energy, because everything is energy. All right. You energy. You don't matter. You energy. You don't matter at all. You energy. You're just condensed energy in the form of matter. But it is what it is. Okay. So really keep this in mind. Because in a nutshell, I'm going to go in through the transits. This Neptune transit is going to fundamentally change the nature of how you perceive reality. This is the transit for the books. Neptune is going to be direct while the sun goes through Sagittarius. And when it goes into Gemini, it goes direct. It goes retrograde. This is huge. Let me, in fact, show you what we're stepping into. This is perhaps one of the most important transits that we have at all. By the way, I'm going through a lunar return, 23 degrees. This is amazing. But if you look once again at June 20th, and I just think it's very unbecoming that some of you have the nerve to think that my accent is fake. Some of you think my accent is fake. Some of you think my persona is fake. Some of you think my very existence is fake. Some of you think the Peace Dealer just put a wig on and just changed his accent. The nerve. I am realer than the Peace Dealer. What makes me faker than the Peace Dealer? And that's what I want you to think about this Neptune transit, because Neptune is going to challenge your perception of reality. What makes you think you know what's real? Is it because you see it? Is it because you feel it? You hallucinate your conscious reality. Your perception is just a series of guesses that make you perceive things different from anyone else. You don't even see color in the same way as other people. So what makes you think that I am not the real deal? The nerve of you people. The nerve of you people. And I blame Peace Dealer. If he at least gave me more screen time, I wouldn't be some side character. I do not break accent, Colby. Okay? It just sounds like that. You don't know what it's like. I did not break the accent. It just happens. Yes, it was Anil Seth. Okay? You ever seen movies where British people have an American accent and you didn't know they were British until you see them in the interview? So I can have an American. I can speak like you guys if I wanted to. I can speak. You guys speak in British accents, so I can't do that. You think I'm breaking accent? Get out of here. Get out of here. I want to show you this chart right now. I want you to see how Jupiter is in Aries when Neptune goes direct. So basically what we're seeing here is that we're coming out of a portal. This is so very important. We're going through the Neptune portal, through the spiritual, over the direct, and then when we come out of Gemini, out of the word, into reality, to integrate this crazy perspective, Neptune goes retrograde. And that retrograde will... So I want you to know, we're coming out of a portal. In a nutshell, if I use an analogy, Sagittarius is giving you sight, Pisces is going to have you understand new vision, and then Gemini will make intellectual sense of it. This is the process of seeing a ghost. We are going to use the analogy of seeing a ghost for the first time. And so I call this exploring supernatural uncharted territory, because that is exactly what you're doing off of the heels of awakening literal superpowers. All right, give a Peace Dealer some love. He's going through a very intense lunar return right now. Bitch, I am the portal. I think that's amazing because you really are. He has a Pisces moon. All right, so this is very important. I really want to make sure we're clear here. You're ascending right now in the way that you actually perceive and use your abilities. And so I want to make sure we're clear. You're coming through the Jupiter in Pisces portal here. And once you come out of that portal, does that make sense? The sun is going to go from Sag. It's going to go through Pisces. It's going to come out of Gemini. This is literally you coming into a new perception. This is literally uncharted territory. It's like you may have had auditory hallucinations of people talking shit. And now you see them. Now you understand the meaning of it. And so that by the time you come into the idea of what you've been experiencing Gemini season, Neptune now must retrograde, because now we must reevaluate your experience. Now we must make sense of this change of your entire existence. This is very important here. And this is why it's so very important that I do this as Sir Oreo. Because everything about Neptune blends the fantasy with the reality. And maybe you have given in to this persistent illusion that the labels you put on yourself are really who you are. Are you your nationality? Are you your name? Are you your gender? Are you your sex? Is that why you think the Peace Dealer is just under this mask? Like, I am not my own person. I taught the Peace Dealer everything he knows. You will give him my respect, goddammit. Listen! My hair is glorious. This transit is very important because what it fundamentally does is it prepares you for new supernatural experiences that you need experience to actually process with your brain. This is very important. This is very important. This is very important because Neptune is going to challenge what you really think you know and why you think you know it. Is it because it's tangible? Is it because you can taste it? Is it because you can touch it? Does that make it real? Certain things that exist. All right, just keep this in mind because nothing will be the same. By the time, this is why I want to show you the end of the transit here. By the time Neptune is ready to go retrograde on the new moon in Cancer, can you believe that? The new moon in Cancer, after we step out of a portal of a completed Jupiter cycle, Neptune is going to retrograde. And Neptune goes direct when the sun is back in Sag. So we see this theme of exiting a portal. and then reevaluating as we come back around. Because from the sun going into Cancer back into Sagittarius, this change of perspective through the uncharted territory is going to provide the onus for you to take this new perspective and through Virgo season of 2022, integrate that perspective into your reality with other people so that by Libra season, you'll be like, you know what? 6 months ago, I saw a ghost for the first time ever. I didn't know what I was seeing. I used to hear it before. And then we went through the Pisces season and I saw them. And then your friend is going to be like, sir, did it have a horn on its head? And was it shaking its butt to the Macarena? You saw that too, didn't you? Yes, I did. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was the only one that saw it. This is the next level of experiences we're stepping into. And so I want to make sure we're clear. Do you understand that this is adjusting your perception to see what was hidden in plain sight the entire time? It's just if you're a Pisces or a Sagittarius, then you may personally already see these beings. So you just come into deeper understanding. But I want to make sure we're clear. You are definitively stepping into uncharted territory. It's not enough that you have mastered and taken to the next level supernatural ability. Now it's time to use it in an ascended way. And this is what this Neptune direct is going to do. Neptune is going to make it to 25 degrees. It's further than it will ever be. I had to catch myself right there. I almost busted out laughing. And this is so very important because, yes, thank you, Pharaoh. I am way better than the peace dealer. The peace dealer thinks he's me. He just doesn't understand. But this is so very, this is Duce. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure we're clear here. Nothing will ever be the same. And it's very important. This is why I'm doing this, Sir Oreo. Your perception of yourself coming out of this transit will never be the same. You won't even see yourself the same way. And you may wonder if the label you put on yourself was really you. You may wonder if the peace dealer was really Sir Oreo all along, wearing a peace dealer mask. You may never know. Oh, how is he up already? Oh my God. I'll be right back. I have to take a very short break. I'll be right back.
Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Alright now. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wishing on a star like this was a Mazel talk. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. The red and the blue pill just might be some Adderall. Gave me so sick and I don't need a Tylenol. Don't need your 2 cents, I ain't even asking y'all. Even if you give it, I am not mad at y'all. In this demonic world, it's raining cats and dogs, lions and tigers and bears and the rats and frogs. Yeah. Just gotta access you motherfuckers mad or not. Cause y'all motherfuckers is living in Babylon, where everyone and their grandma gon' have a god. Everyone relationship getting sabotaged. Just that like music, I got a big catalog showing everything humanity getting wrong. Yeah. We were just going in spirals and circles. I just think I have an eye on a Virgo. Trust me, my lady, look, I wouldn't hurt you. I wanna merge you, what we created, the sky be purple. I ain't Harry Potter, but let me go get my magic wand. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You know. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wishing on a star like this was a Mazel talk. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. It wasn't afterlife seeing shit after all. When you pass away, that's when your soul is passing off. I need a bitch, I don't need me a nagging broad. Need someone with me, I don't got an accent all sappy or sexual. We gonna shadow box your little dreams. Always make me a magic eye, yeah. All your desires is built off your habits, dog.
For real.
Don't give a fuck about you or your little ratchet bra. Smoking on cabbage, back to back, dragon balls. Go to a whole nother world like an avatar. Girl, I'm a fertile, your eggs like it's caviar. I'm the best singer and I'm the best rapper, y'all. I'm the best rapper, don't sound like he rap at all. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body. Solve any disagreements. I had to call it off. Wishing on a star like this was a Maserati. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah.
Man, with Sir Oreo here talking shit, and he drank some of my Douce. This dude drugged me. Spirit woke me up. Oh my gosh. Listen, I apologize. I didn't follow up with episode 3. So I'm new episodes of Real Rap Recitals coming soon. I'm sorry, guys. I have a bad relationship with Sir Oreo. I just haven't been focused. I've been procrastinating. He was talking shit. All right, it is what it is, y'all. Yeah. Well, his guide said you ain't real. Yes, you know what I mean? I mean, he's cool. He's shout out to Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, Diving Deep. He's Ralph Smart's half brother. So like, I don't know. I think he thinks he's a little famous. It is what it is. But other than that, shout out to T-Pain. He was talking his shit, wasn't he? Thank you. They kind of thinks he's me. I don't know. It is what it is. But it is what it is. Shout out to Sir Oreo. That's a real one. That's a real one. I kind of want you to, yes, okay, he was trying to take over. So I kind of want you to just take the past 20 minutes right now. All right. Think of the whole notion of a whole nother facet of yourself or another rendition of yourself taking over yourself. Okay. And now I really want you to think, what about your identity, right? Because everything about Pisces is 12th house to Aries, which is the transcendent release of your ego. So that Pisces is a collective water sign. You can, in order for you to tap into the collective wholeness between your connection with everything, because Pisces told you that separation is an illusion, you have to let go of your ego. That's why Pisces are like, get out your ego, get out your ego, get out your ego. And Aries is like, shut up, bitch. Okay, so keep that in mind. Pisces is the legend though, because they let go of their ego. So keep that in mind, okay? This is where, do you really know yourself the way you think you know? Or is your sense of identity based off of all the labels that since a baby have been force-fed down your throat to where you've been negatively reinforced psychologically for people like Nicole Razy, who are literal alien goddesses who actually, you know, tap into their real self, are demonized, alienated, and like Pavlov style, like you're negatively reinforced to fit into this box. And so basically, this Neptune transit is going to prove to you that you don't really know yourself like you think you do, and that the blocks that you're having to access your superpowers is because of your limited, outdated, unrealistic, and damn near fake personification of who you are. It's just we're all unlearning what we've learned. It's just, and shout out to Angelique, because Pisces don't live in a box. It's just personally aliens being alienated. Okay. Shout out to No Love Lost. You know, when you take this into account, you're not necessarily going to be conscious of how you may be unconscious to your own identity. And so this Neptune transit is going to emerge the reality of who you truly are. And so I had to do this transit talk. This transit talk is gangster. This transit is gangster. We're going to break shit down in order for you to understand. This transit talk is brought to you by Duce. I used to think I was shy. I used to think, you know what, like I can open up women, you know what I'm saying? I can talk to people, but you know, I just don't have it. I was wrong. Turns out I just wasn't on Duce. Duce changed my whole life, y'all. Let me tell you the story about that. And this is very Neptunian, okay? This is in line with this. But like, yo, like, I mean, I didn't even know. I thought this was Henny. This is not Henny. Henny never made me feel like this. I was off the Duce straight. I was walking down Las Vegas like, what's your sign? I talked to a Cancer with the Virgo. They finessed me out of $40, but they were working, so I wanted to pay them. You know what I'm saying? But they talked to me. I talked to them with their side. It was lit. I talked to some other people. I was hitting up everyone. Duce bring out another person, y'all. I swear to God. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And then I realized, you know, I have everything I need inside me. But it is what it is. Other than that, in order to understand this transit, you need to understand Teen Duce. You need to understand Sagittarius and how it is a portal into the spiritual realm. You need to understand Pisces is the spiritual realm. Every Pisces that you see is not even from here. They are trolling you. In fact, if you knew anything and you see a Pisces, you need to run. You need to run the other way. You need to run the other way. It's just if you run the other way, you're going to go to Virgo. And Virgo is going to nitpick you to death. And Virgo is crafty because Virgo won't just come out of nowhere and be like, nitpick, 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 nitpick. Virgo will just be like, nitpick. And then they'll see you later. Nitpick, nitpick. And how's your day? Blah, 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 blah. And then later, nitpick, nitpick, nitpick. And then before you know it, nitpick, and you're dead. And you're dead. So like you either can get nitpicked to death or you can get trolled by these ghosts that are not even from here. Okay, Pisces will only troll you. Pisces will change your life. Cool. Then you have Gemini, which is literally the portal into reality through the word, let there be light. And then you have Virgo, which represents the tangible physical reality. What spirituality and science will teach you is that this reality is projected from an immaterial spiritual realm, whether that's a theory or not. This is evidenced by water and fire, okay? The astral of infinite potential projecting energy to materialize and condense by slowing matter down. And so this is why we start with Aries, we go through Virgo, we come back through Sag, and that's the cycle. This is also the cycle of the afterlife, samsara. So ghosts through Scorpio gain new life, boom, 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 get judged, afterlife, Pisces, boom, then souls come back around, Aries, Gemini, boom. So in order to understand what's happening to you right now, you have to understand that right now in this very moment, we're going through a portal. We're going through a yearly portal out of the spiritual, out of the real world, out of Virgo, into Pisces, into the astral. Now, we simulate and experience this all in 3D. So it's not like we experience going through a portal, but you will this time because Neptune and Jupiter is in Pisces. The veil is thinner than it's ever been. And basically what this transit is going to do is, oh, this is good. Okay. Someone knew that I was about to channel. This is going to be a trans talk for the books. So keep this in mind because for so long, I would say since 2012, when Neptune entered Pisces. In fact, let me just show you because 2012, Neptune entered Pisces 10 years ago. This is insane or 11 years ago. Boom. Right. And then 2008, Pluto entered Sagittarius. So with that being said, okay, ever since Neptune entered Pisces and now blended because what Neptune and Pisces did was it brought existential, metaphysical, non-material, extra-dimensional phenomena and experiences, and it started to blend through your imagination, more understanding of the experience. And the reason why I have to say this carefully is what Pisces will teach you, what the metaphysical will teach you is it never wasn't there. It never wasn't not there. When you come into an experience, all these things were hidden in plain sight. So when you start to see what has been around you, it has always been around you. For example, a lot of you are thinking that you are just awakening the synchronicities you're seeing and the synchronization since a birth. Oh, I'm going to finish this Duce on screen. Don't even worry. But shout out to Jessica Love. Since birth, okay. you have always had these psychic abilities when you were just pure consciousness and society didn't beat you down and you were just pure manifesting. Okay. You always had these abilities, but now you're coming back to realize what you've always known. So if you really want to hack this transit, here's your homework. Read E Squared by Pam Grout and E Cubed. And we have a Uranus and Taurus hack. In order for you to understand, okay, because you tap into a field of potentiality, and this field of potentiality is basically the invisible force field that represents your connection to spirit through your soul. And so based off of every thought, okay, what prayer is every thought you have. I want you to think of the dream life that you want to live. And as you think that, I want you to think of the resistance that comes up when you start to be like, I can't have that. No, this would never happen. No, this is like this. You're literally manifesting the blockages to that manifestation. The reason why Jesus could walk on water is because 100% of his, and I'm basically regurgitating this book. There's nothing that I'm saying that she didn't say, like, this is not original idea. This is everyone, every single one of you knows this. You've always lived this. But society has beat this out of us because the dark forces have to use doubt as an anti-current to get rid of our magical potential. Every single thought you have is a prayer, okay? It's easy for me to swear by this book because the reason why I live in Vegas right now is because I read Pam Grout's E Squared when I wanted to go to see the Leo King 2016 in his convention in Vegas. And she's talking about, oh yeah, just tell the universe that it has 48 hours to give you what you want. And I was like, okay, I mean, I've done manifestation before. And I was like, you know what, universe, I need $1,000 for this event. And, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but hey, holla at me. And like in less than this was before I talked to Jupiter and I was like, hey, hook me up with $300. And then he sent a Sagittarius goddess to send me that in less than 3 hours. Okay, so like I started to get frustrated after a day. I was like, you know what, universe, I don't like the way you don't be answering my prayers, even though I've never had a prayer that has gone unanswered. I was just being weird or selfish. Yes, yo, it is legit. I literally had to go back and read it. I'm reading it all from scratch because I did one of the experiments. It worked, and I got so excited, I never read anything else. So I have to go back, and I'm understanding the principles again. It is crack. Please. It is so cheap. It's not an expensive book. E Squared, 9 energy experiments that will change your life. They're experiments. Please, E Squared, E Cubed, it will change your life. It will change your life. It will remind you that you are the creator of your reality. And every single thought you have is a prayer. E Squared and E Cubed by Pam Grout. I'm going to literally show you right now. Hold on. This book right here, 9 do-it-yourself energy experiments that prove your thoughts create your reality. So trust me, she's saying some off-the-wall shit too. Like, oh yeah, just give the universe a timeline. And like, I didn't have any expectations. I was like, why not? Why not? What's the worst that can go wrong? If I don't get it, then I can just prove definitively that this shit doesn't work. And then we can just move on. And so tell me why the angels trolled my ass. Okay. Oh, I didn't even show you that. Damn. Here's the book. E Squared. So tell me why. Okay. I'm driving back home in El Paso. Like, you know what? Y'all don't even answer my prayers like that. Whenever I ask for some real shit, y'all don't come through, blah, blah, blah. I look down at my phone and I see a notification for $1,000. Mind you, I have never received a sum of money in my life before like that. Ever. But at the time, I had just created my personal astrologer service, which at the time was $1,000 a month. And guess who bought it? It was a Libra woman, an agent of the cosmos. And so the universe sent an agent. Yes, I apologize. I felt so stupid. But the angels been doing that every single time. I'm like, angels aren't real. And then I see a synchronicity like, oh shit. Oh no, this is bullshit. Oh shit, mastered it. So like, no, I got humbled. Spirit humbled me throughout this path. Like I thought I knew shit, but like, yes, because of that, I was able to go to his convention, and I moved to Vegas like this, and I became Magic Mike. I swear by this book. I swear by this book. It is so good. It is so good. It is so good. Trust me, it's simple. And that's what this Neptune transit is going to break you through, the uncharted territory of the responsibility of your thoughts. The irony, like I was so lost. An angel saying angels aren't real. And I always believed angels were real, but not like the way the spiritual community said. And I was still skeptical. And then angels are like, you funny peace dealer. You funny. The angels are like, look, these spiritual people are capping, but we exist. Don't be mad at us because they doing it wrong. Okay. So yes, shout out to Izzy. This book will change your life. Period. If it hasn't, you will change your life. You will change your life. But this book will basically show you what's up. They do, I think they have a Kindle version, so you might be able to do an audio. Synchronicity has been synchronizing, but basically, every single thought you have is a prayer. Once you kind of anchor that down, you are now the creator of your own reality. Read this book throughout this Neptune transit, and then by the time Neptune goes retrograde, you're lit. You're straight. Okay, so I'm going to be referencing elements of that book because it's legit. Now I'm kind of pushing what I can do, and everything I kind of manifested, I realized was based on that. And every time I was so attached to the outcome, I wouldn't really have success. Whenever I would forget I put it or just like let it go, like that. Like that. If you want to cut these shirts, shout out to the Midheaven podcast. Shout out to Candace and Co. We have these over there for your sign. So trust me, the story will never get old. It's so amazing. Shout out to you, Razy. Okay, so other than that, this is it's on Audible, so you can get the audio too. So keep that in mind because this is going to release the blockages around how you let your own doubt stop you, because we literally let our own perception. And the reason why I have to talk about this for Neptune is all about I believe. And so in order for you to activate magic, you need your imagination to visualize what you see yourself stepping into, feel it, and feel it as if it's already yours. Okay. So that you don't get attached to the outcome, but you know the essence of what you want, you're going to manifest. Magic now becomes an adventure. You don't get so attached. For example, I wrote a notification. I wrote down on paper. I remember one of the first times I broke through with this, I wrote down on paper, I'm going to see a notification for $20, for $40 in 2 minutes. And in 2 minutes, I saw a notification for $40. And that just, even this is before I realized, okay, I have second house Gemini, so I can literally manifest my thoughts into reality. But it's like, I didn't really think about that like that. And the fact that I can do this at basic Gemini level means all of you can do it and have done it. So like, there's no excuses. So keep this in mind. Then I wrote a notification like weeks later. This is when I had the PayPal credit loan. And so I had to pay back 30%. I was like, in 5 minutes, I'm going to receive a notification for $50. Okay. And the way magic works is it works with logic. If there is an available means to manifest it, the reason why I got that $1,000 the way I did, because it could happen anyway, but the reason why it was easy is I created an available means. This is called co-creation. You have an infinite potential that can manifest anything you can perceive. And as a human being, you have to co-create with the universe a means to actualize this. I had a means. Okay, that's your part as a magician. The magician creates the means for the universe to make miracles through. You can quote that if you want. So keep that in mind, because personally, when I wrote that notification, I was like, in 5 minutes, I'm gonna see a notification for $50. 5 minutes passed, I didn't see that notification. I wasn't tripping. I didn't care. 10 minutes passed, I got a notification for $80. And this is the cool thing about the book. It crafts it. It uses the scientific method. Every chapter is based on experiments, And magic is experimental because magic is science. When Thor said that, it wasn't a joke. Like, magic is science. So people kind of put magic opposite science, but magic is a form of science in the sense where even though science is just a collection of knowledge, there is a science to magic. So keep that in mind, because personally, you can now, through experiments, perfect, okay, it didn't work this time because of this. Let me alter this variable. So 10 minutes pass, I got a notification for $80, right? PayPal took 30% of it. Guess what I got? $50. I manifested exactly what I intended. Because I got more money, maybe it took more time, but keep that in mind. This let me know quintessentially that the one thing my entire life that has been getting in the way of me manifesting everything I ever wanted is me. And that gave me a sense of power too. Like, oh wow, like I can really get what and then I thought about everything that I failed at manifesting: relationships, greater money, okay, like a life of freedom and all of that. And I realized I never failed at manifesting it. I created blockages. I realized the reason why I don't have those things is I don't really want it like I thought I did. I would make intentions for relationships and then push people the fuck away and build walls. I would put an intention to live a lifestyle of luxury, but not really be interested or take advantage of opportunities to step more into that because I didn't really want it like I thought I did. Self-sabotage. And then I realized everything that I have in this life that I wanted, I always got, because your brain is a miracle. Your brain is a miracle. And the synapses that shoot through the neural pathways that you build enable your brain to process reality with this metaphysical nature and create magic through you. There is absolutely nothing you can't do. As long as it is logically possible, you can make it happen if you think it. What this Neptune transit is going to do is it's going to systematically, through bringing you through supernatural uncharted territory, break away all the blocks and limited beliefs that you have used to get in the way of your own manifestation. And the belief systems that you have set, like, this is a good thing. This is how powerful you are. You are literally in the position you're at. And sometimes we may be unconscious of how we put that there. So we project this towards other people, but it's all you. And that's a message of empowerment right there. So keep that in mind, because using that as an analogy, your ability to co-create with the universe is taking you to the next level. You can ask the universe anything and it will always answer. Synchronicity like that. It's just whether you notice that or not is the thing. What you focus on expands. Another exercise from this book that you can do as a reality hack. Every one of you watching here, like we do in these rituals, right now, set an intention for what you want. I've done this twice and it came true. It happened for me already. One of the experiments is set the intention to notice something. Like for the next 24 hours, you want to notice infinity symbols, and what you focus on will come through. You'll start to notice it. If you want to see a Volkswagen Jetta, right? As soon as I did that, I got set in infinity. Like the universe is like, well, you trying to play me? Like you think I don't have your back? Like what's up? You think I'm not mad? Like so, like the universe is about to challenge you to see where you can go, because a lot of you have been playing it safe. A lot of you have been taught you can't reach that level without hard work. You can't really do this. And see, the purpose of these magical techniques is not to forego hard work. It's not like to do a reality hack. It's just to get out your own way. It's to work smarter and not harder, and to actually show you that you do too much. You do way too much. This is why Pisces just chill. Pisces understand. A lot of y'all think Pisces are lazy. No, they're fucking master magicians. They know they don't have to do too much. They're magicians. They have an imagination. Okay, so keep that in mind. Thank you. It's too easy that it seems fake. And that's why I swear on this, because I was in a position where I had no choice. I had no choice. Like, I did not have the money to make it to here. I have never received $1,000 ever in my life until I made the intention to, when the universe said a cosmic agent. And that was fire too. It was the first personal astrologer monthly I did. So keep that in mind. Right. Shout out to Kobe. All right. The weirdest thing I asked was to see an eagle, and the eagle started playing on the radio while riding past a sign that said, "Wow." See what I mean? And so the purpose of exploring this uncharted territory is, now that you've evolved to the next level, the universe needs to bring you through experiences to apply how much you've evolved. In order to imagine more that you've imagined, you have to surrender to your own divinity and greatness. And so this is going to stretch out your imagination throughout the next 6 months in order to prove to you that you've been playing small your whole life, and that you're meant for bigger, you can dream bigger, and that you can have more. The Duke Esquire said, "How do you ask or set an intention?" That is such a good question. And here's the rule to magic. There is an infinite number of ways to do anything. There's no right or wrong way. So if you wanted to light a candle out of your asshole and then set the intention that way, or if you wanted to get on your knees and say a prayer and say it that way, or if you wanted to yell, "Hey, you gonna listen to me?" Like, it depends on you. And that is this Virgoan trap that we're stepping out of, because we've been lied to as to, there's a certain way how to do it. You have to do it this way to get this. You decide how. This is literally, and that's the most important question you asked. Every single thought you have is an intention. It doesn't just end with that intention, because she uses such a great an analogy, right? Let's say your manifestation is going to New Orleans, and where you're at you don't like. Let's say where you're at is like a horrible place in downtown. And so you set this intention, right? Some of you see synchronicities about your twin flame. You set that intention, and like, you go out, you see that you're not in New Orleans, and then you get discouraged, and then you stop focusing. This is all about focus. It's not about attaching to an outcome. It's about focusing. Once you focus your whole mind on it, reality will conspire, and your adventure is to go through it to bring it into reality. So like, you have to take the journey to New Orleans through that focus. Some of you get out of that town, you start to see things change, but you're not at New Orleans. Then you start to get doubt, like, I'm never going to make it there. I'm not gonna make it to Mardi Gras. And then you turn around and you walk where you came. And that's what y'all do, because y'all aren't tapping into your gangster selves. A magician's attitude does not let the persistent illusion of reality stop them from manifesting what they want. Seriously. Even if it doesn't come the exact way you think, the essence will always manifest. And so do these energy exercises, set that intention, give the universe 48 hours, and don't do anything else. Feel as if you have what you want and focus on it as if it's already there, and just let it go. Don't feel like you have to know what to do. The universe got you. When I put that intention out to the universe, I forgot I did it. Like, I had to remember. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it is what it is. I didn't figure out, how am I going to get this 1,000? What am I going to do? I just said, all I did was just set the intention. So we really need to stop playing with ourselves. You can't be afraid to be fish-tarded, because you are the creator of your own reality. And you have to understand that I don't have to tell you this. You've known this your entire life. The reason why you forgot is because society beat that out of you. It is a very subtle psychological manipulative tactic to bring in the systematic means of deductive and inductive reasoning, okay, to kind of, you know what I'm saying, express this. I'm not necessarily a pro at that. I can look at astrocartography, but I'm not really versed in that. Like, I can look at dates and look at the chart and give you ideas, but it's not really my expertise. Great question. So really, really keep that in mind. Can't obsess or hold on to it. Or if you do, know that it's an anchor. Like, there's certain techniques. Like, if you obsess over something, know that it's an anchor that when you let go will come back obsessively towards you. But you really can't. If you obsess over something, right? For those of you who read these self-help books, 7 steps to get rich. I need to make this much money. You are constantly putting out to the universe that you don't have that. I need to do this because you don't have that, versus being like, no, I'm a billionaire. I just don't have the money in my account. Universe, make it happen. And you co-create with the universe by, in your side, creating the available means to make it happen. But that doesn't mean that you control how it happens. You have to be open to miracles. So this is going to prepare to step you into a miraculous expression of your own magic. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that has been stopping you from living the life of your dreams is you. And you are one decision away from manifesting everything you've ever wanted in your life and stepping into the life of your dreams. This Neptune transit will show you. And so by the time you step out of this Neptune portal in Pisces and you come through Gemini and Cancer, you're living it. This is the whole purpose, because now look what happens after this. We see that Jupiter retrogrades at the end of the year as the sun goes through Virgo and Libra, and then it goes into Pisces. So I'm going to do a special transit talk on this around this period. But the purpose of that retrograde is, I have used my intentional manifestation to create the life of my dreams. Now the person I am is no longer the person who intended that. Now the retrograde, I have to literally reevaluate and change my whole reality with this new self so that I can move forward like that. So just keep that in mind. This is such a huge deal. We are going to express the significance of leading into this. This Neptune transit has 3 parts. Has 2 parts. The first part is Sagittarius season into Pisces season. The second part is Pisces season coming out of Gemini season. Boom, retrograde. That's it. And so that's why I was saying, in order to understand this transit, you have to understand the mutable signs. We're magicians. Sagittarius represents your visual perception. And so this is the light, because Sagittarius is the light that refracts from your chorea and stimulates the imagination. This is why Pisces is 4th house to Sag, imagination, right? But listen, I love astrology. Virgo is 4th house to Gemini. Did you think about that? Because your thoughts need reality as a basis and foundation. You need to analyze your thoughts to get a grounding on reality. But when you visualize, you need a basis of imagination. Did you ever think about that? In order to visualize properly, you need to detach from reality and just get in your 4th house Pisces imagination, your inner world. When Sagittarius goes to sleep, they go to the dream realm. That's their home. So keep that in mind, because Sagittarius now represents the light coming in and stimulating your inner world, imagination, Pisces, which projects this reality. All right, which is why we create what we live. And then Gemini represents from your inner world, let there be light, through your throat chakra, the word, the thoughts that create, into Virgo, your reality. And that's the mutable axis. So what do we see? We see Neptune go direct. We go into the portal into Sag. We go into Pisces. We establish the new dream. Thank you, the spiritual badass. As badass as an astrologer I am, y'all are badass creatives, because you recognize the truth that I'm saying and you apply it. And this is so beautiful. Coming out of Pisces, which will completely fundamentally through Neptune, Jupiter. Are you serious? The last time we had Jupiter and Neptune was like in the 1600s, or it was like 200 years ago. Like, and it was when we had the Dred Scott case, when people were still figuring out if Black people are like human or not. And so then we come out into June, which is very revealing, by the way, because it was the status of identity that we were going through. And now we're literally seeing the same thing happen with vaccinated and unvaccinated people. I'm not trying to compare Black people with unvaccinated people, but, we see a parallel here. Other than that, even though, you kind of can, because they're getting discriminated against. But other than that, This is so very important because Pisces coming into Gemini is now bringing what's basically happening is the uncharted territory you're coming into is influencing how much deeper you can imagine. The reason why knowledge comes before imagination is the more you know, the better that you can actually personally imagine. If you have limited knowledge, there's only so much you can imagine. The more you know, Jupiter expanding it, the more you can imagine. You're getting ready to imagine more possibilities. What is stunting a lot of your magical potential is that you think certain things are impossible that are possible. This is why Pisces is I believe. Pisces is telling you just fucking believe. Why are you bringing up this doubt? Why are you telling me, Pisces, that you don't have enough money? Okay, why in that book you'll hear a story about her wanting to go to a trip and that she wanted to intend to go to Mexico for this trip, and in advance she booked in advance a ticket to go out there. She went to her friend, right? And her friend did the same thing, and then her mother bought her ticket. And she was like, damn, I set this intention and my friend's mother bought her ticket. I manifested this for my friend. Let me go see. So then the person called, said, hey, you need to buy this ticket today or you can't go. And so she had less than a day to get the money. And she went to go see if she can tell her mom the story, right? And her mom said, that's nice. Hey, can you get the mail for me? And so in getting the mail, she got mail from, she doesn't even live at her mom's place, but her friend from college 15 years ago had that address and sent her money for furniture. And the money that she got was the exact amount she needed. If that shit didn't happen to me before, I would have called bullshit. But like that's that's magic. Like you can't control that. There's no way in hell. Y'all better read that book. Y'all better read that book. Like if you really want to apply, like this is no joke. If you can't control or think, there's no way you can control or think that would happen. So that's why Pisces is I believe, because Pisces represents the metaphysical existence outside of your third dimensional awareness and the spectrum with which you can perceive light and hear sounds. Listen to Braille by Absol. Okay, what the tongue can't taste, what the eyes can't see, okay, what the nose can't smell, what the ears can't hear, that's Pisces, that's ether. Okay, keep that in mind. That's why Pisces is I believe, and Virgo, the opposite, is I analyze. That breaks everything down, because everything that's real and that we can see, we can analyze, we can study, we can break down. But everything that's unseen lasts forever. Everything that you see is finite. Everything that you can't see is infinite. And so you're getting ready to change your entire relationship with this metaphysical realm of existence that scientists for so long have lied to you about. And quantum mechanic physicists are starting to open your mind up to the whole field of potentiality that has always been there, that basically makes us realize that 99.99% of everything we've thought up of reality is wrong. And that's the greatest news you can ever get, because now you have the ability to learn from scratch. And this is where the book is E Squared, E Cubed by, of course, Pam Grout. And this is where, personally, not only are you stepping into Do What Thou Wilt, it's actually one of his best albums. So keep that in mind. Because personally, what is going to shake this transit up is the realization that you are a god. And you have a human self. You are a god having a human experience. And until you awaken to who you are just a human. And being a human is the greatest thing you could ever be. You chose to be human. You chose to be in a position where you can make mistakes, where you can experience vulnerability. Like, I had to really catch myself and realize if I wanted to, I can fuck my whole life up. I can ruin my life right now. I can just take a picture of my penis and send it to every woman on Instagram and ruin my life. I have an infinite number of ways to destroy my life and even make life horrible for other people. Like I have, like, that's the freedom. Like, did you ever think about that? I can take actions now that I will regret for the rest of my life. Isn't humanity amazing? Isn't it? You wouldn't really think about that because normally we avoid these things. I don't want to do that, but you literally have. Think about that. Good thing I know better. Think about that. If I have the free will to fuck my life up beyond recognition, if that isn't the dopest shit ever, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to thank you. Like if that isn't the coolest shit, like that's the best part about being a human. I can feel pain. I can feel vulnerable. I can feel weak. I can make mistakes. Do you know how gangster that shit is? I can fail forward. Oh my God. Really think about that. Really think about that, because people don't like to think about that. People like to avoid that reality because we are taught that, oh, we shouldn't do that. We should do this. I have the decision to do right with my own subjective moral compass, even though what's right to me could be wrong to you. So there's no true objective morality. But personally, you know, the fact that I can make this choice means that you need to embrace humanity. Be mindful in this new age spiritual deception that teaches that you can be as gods. You came here to be fucking human. You didn't come here to be perfect. You came here to experience the perfection in your own imperfection, because that's perfection. Your perfection for you is only a perspective. Objectively, it's everything you think is imperfect that's happening the way it's meant to. And so keep that in line. Keep that in mind. You are a god having a human experience. When I say you are a god, I mean that in the sense where you have the potential to be awakened to yourself. Just like Jesus said, ye are as gods. He didn't say uppercase G, right? But still, when I say God, just think the awakened full potential of yourself. Because you say the G word and people catch feelings like, oh, you're not God, you're not God. And it's like, chill. Not that deep. It's not that deep. You're a judge. You're a judge of your own life. Judges used to be called gods. You are a judge of your own life. Like that's simple. Once you take a responsibility, once you decide to take responsibility for everything you think, everything you do, and you treat others the way you treat you, and you understand that every other person is an aspect of you and that we're all connected, you are God, period. Because when you realize you're a God, you will not hurt somebody else. You will not deceive somebody else. You know that if you lie and hurt to somebody else, you are hurting yourself. Until you know that, you're not a god. You're still a human unawakened to their true nature. Okay? What this Neptune transit will remind you is that 99.99% of you is invisible. You have made yourself believe that this flesh suit is 100% of you when based on the whole ocean, you're just one droplet. This is the channel with which you can literally flow infinite invisible energy through. The force, right? If you think about religious doctrine, people who ride the balls of Jesus Christ and thump the Bible take that doctrine out of hand. Jesus never said, worship me. Jesus said, ye are as gods. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Jesus showed you spiritual principles and how you can do it. Paul and Jesus said, just like I do these miracles, you niggas will do even better than me. He even said you niggas. They just edited it out because Jesus was a nigga himself. So keep that in mind, okay? Your DNA are quantum transceivers. And this is so very important. When you follow and be like Christ, logos, Christ is logos. It's logic. You motherfuckers need logic. The Bible is a symbolic allegory astrologically of logic. Christ is logos. When you align yourself with truth, you see through deception and illusions. That is living Christ-like. You are living accordingly to what is really logical. That's it. Now all sorts of doctrine and division were spread so that we can, oh, these people don't know the way, it's just this way. When really all you have to do is treat others the way you want to be treated, because someone else is just an extension of you. And when you hurt someone else, you are hurting yourself. We are one literal God body. So like, keep that in mind, because once again, this Neptune transit is going beautiful, Ben's Osman. This Neptune transit is putting you in a position to realistically conclude this Jupiter cycle in Pisces and come up to 12 years of evolution. Let's say your evolution process was a 12-year step. This is the final step where you put everything together. Comment a fire sign emoji if you feel like you're so close, if you feel like you're on the verge of total breakthrough and you've understood so much new concepts, but you're just not sure how to put it all together. How do I make sense of all of this so that I can take an action with this? If you feel that, I don't think you know you're on the verge of legitimate ascension. The reason you feel that is because you are up on the last and final chapter that transcends your understanding. Let me give you an idea of where I was last time when Jupiter was coming out of Aquarius into Pisces. I had finished summer school in University of Maryland, and I was ready to start my sophomore year of college. And that's when I moved to El Paso, Texas. And I didn't know I was going to become the peace dealer. Let's talk about it. Shout out to you, Lynn Trice. Jupiter returns are amazing. I had no idea that I was going to be reading astrology. Back then, Myers-Briggs was my shit. I thought you were either an introvert, an extrovert. I thought you were sensory or intuitive. Okay, I thought you were a perceiver or a judger. Okay, I thought you were a feeler or a thinker. I was like, this is good, but it's just not the holy grail. This is more elite. I didn't know there were natal charts. I didn't know that you can just read someone to filth with a natal chart and actually know them and not just think you know them. I didn't know that there was a south and north node. I didn't know that I was about to have 40,000 subscribers rocking with me to where I can go anywhere in the country and people are fucking with your boy. I didn't know I was going to go on this path. I thought I thought I was just some regular person. I thought I was finna actually give my life back to Christ. And thank God to astrology. Astrology single-handedly rededicated my belief in Jesus Christ. It's just, I'm not attached to, it's not the name, like I'm not attached to whether it's called Jesus, whether you call it Osiris, okay, whether you call it Yeshua. What astrology taught me was that my belief in Christ is not based on the Bible, and how Christianity kind of blocked me from understanding the truth of Christ, and that it comes strictly from astrology, the word made flesh. Okay? That personification of the demiurge. So keep that in mind, because I didn't know all of this stuff. I didn't have a concept of this stuff. I didn't even know how to think about this. And that's you right now. So like Spirit is saying, yo, you're a billionaire. Like you're like why do you care about this fuck boy? Like you have like the most wealthy, influential people are chasing you. And you're looking at your reality like, what? How is that true? I don't feel like that. But this reality you live is an illusion. It's not really your reality. You're transiting through. The universe sees you as you truly are, not what you're growing into. Okay? So keep that in mind, because realistically, thank you, Annie. And this fact right here is why all this, I'm about to step into major success, and I'm going to do what I can and give that back to y'all. Because this only happens because y'all see me for who I am, and you accepted me where the people in my real life rejected me. It made me think that I was some weird pseudoscientific like bullshitter, when really I'm the fucking truth. So like keep that in mind. Like, thank you. Like we co-created each other. You manifested me, Like, I manifested you. Okay. And the universe is saying, like, you need to let go of this old reality, because just like I didn't know I was going to become the peace dealer, you're getting ready to step into a whole new chapter that has nothing to do with your old life. You're going to gain the wisdom that led to this understanding, but we stepping into a whole new cycle. Okay. This is so important. And I've had the privilege to serve y'all. Seriously. You taught me a lot. So keep that in mind, because once again, what this transit is doing is it's preparing you to change fundamentally the way you perceive energy and power. It's going to give you a higher perspective of your true divine self, and that is going to terrify you. For those of you who don't necessarily understand why you're blocked, thank you, Retro J. It's because you're terrified about your true potential. It's not that you don't understand, it's that you've received sign after sign. You just refuse to believe that you're that incredible, or you'll accept that you're amazing, but you just refuse to believe that you're that divine, because everyone else in your immediate environment reinforces the opposite, that you're not that you have to be special, but that you're not that divine, that you're arrogant for thinking so highly of yourself. First of all, knowing who you are does not mean that you think highly of yourself. And these are subtle ways you're gaslighted. But at the same time, it's your decision to let that hold you back or to move forward. Okay. So keep that in mind. Remember, you're going through in huge transcendence. When you come out of Pisces season, you're not going to be the same person. The whole Aries season is taking individual actions relative to this new cycle. So keep that in mind. A lot of you are tapping into things that you're getting ready to step into this new cycle before it's manifested. And your every thought is a prayer. You must challenge yourself not to just lie to yourself, but to be honest and know that you are worth what you deserve. And so when you think things that seem to betray what you see, know that what you see isn't as what it seems. And those thoughts you are sending and focusing onto the universe is letting the universe know, oh, this is the reality you want. All right, we got you. Because these are high, thank you, El Mendoza. These are higher aspects of your own self that enable you accordingly to tap into your true power. So I'm just so excited for y'all, because this is happening off of the heels of 12 years worth of evolution. If no one has told you, you are the bomb. I was gonna say you are the S word, but I have a feeling kids are watching me, and I want to watch what I'm saying. I was gonna say it's okay to curse, but like I just want to be that guy. So personally, be very, very mindful, because once again, this is very, 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 very important. Especially when you take into mind that you're getting ready with the new generation of people born after 2000. Because what's going to happen is all these kids born after 2000 and the people born after 95, they about to take us over. Like their evolution is about to be just like instant, because they were born at the God level. So like all the growth and the releasing we have to do, they don't have to do. They already get it. All of them already get it. All right. Like, just trust me. Like, they looking at us like, why don't they get it? So keep that in mind. Okay. This is going to be very, very important though, especially in the sense where you're getting ready to step into the ultimate transcendent level of yourself. And this is representative of the whole collective through you. And just keep that in mind personally, because what's going to happen is as you come through this portal, if we think about neural pathways and if we think about what you're able to imagine, here's a great analogy. I'm going to use the analogy of tarot card reading, and I'm going to use the analogy of, I'm coming up with these analogies on the spot. I'm going to use the analogy of baseball, right? but I don't want a trash analogy. I'm going to use the analogy of running a 100-meter dash. Okay. So with the 100-meter dash, this past cycle from 2010 to 2020, right? You have realized that you're good at running the 100-meter. Thank you, Hera. And so this 100-meter dash for this cycle, you've perfected. You realize that you went from running a 15-second 100-meter to a 7-second 100-meter. You're at the end of this cycle, you've mastered your ability to run a 100-meter. But now coming into the next cycle, you've realized, oh, I've been thinking so linearly about my ability to run 100 meters. I didn't even realize that the skill sets and the lessons that I developed to learn all of this apply to something completely outside of myself. And so now that you can run a 7-second 100-meter, right? Now you're connecting with a group that needs someone who can run super fast for a heist they're doing, I just saw Super Crooks on Netflix. That's such a good anime. But like, it's a 13 episode, one season. If you want to see it, basically about people who have superpowers and this character who wanted to be a hero but ends up becoming a villain. Other than that, using it to like steal, being a crook. But other than that, like, let's say you realize coming into this new cycle, oh, wow, like I've been thinking that this skill was only applicable in track and field. Now you're learning about all the ways you can use to apply your 7-second 100-meter that are outside of track. Let's use tarot reading, for example. You spent 12 years to master tarot. Let's say from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like you realized you've been doing consultations for people, right? And when you started, you were a little bit shaky versus now you can just pull one card and read someone's whole life. Maybe it used to take you 10 cards. Now you just need 2 cards and you can read some of the filth and they're crying. Or like, Lissy, you don't even need cards. Now you're realizing, oh, wow, my intuition is meant for more than consultations. Now I don't even need cards. I can just walk up to the president of the United States and be like, hey, in 3 minutes, an assassin is going to come through. And the president is going to be like, what intelligence agency do you work for? Because it took us 6 months to come up with that info. And you'd be like, no, I used to read tarot. I'm just psychic. And then they're going to realize, okay, we had a CIA program, so we know that this is real or whatever. And then boom, you're hired on the spot. And now you would have never thought that you've gone from consultations to being a black op secret psychic for the government. And like, I want to use such a crazy, like, out of this world example, because you would never think that you would go from a psychic shop to being a black op government psychic. It's so beyond. Pisces are beyonders. It's so beyond what you think is possible, but that's what you've been prepared for. In fact, I want you to see 2010 to 2022 as preparation for the real you. This was preparation so that Saturn can make it from Virgo to Pisces, so that Neptune can make it from Aquarius and Capricorn to Pisces, so that Uranus can make it from Capricorn to Taurus. That was to cross over into the new age. V, ain't no problem. It's better to be the last. The last is the first, and the first is the last. Congratulations. Count it all joy. Okay? So keep that in mind. NDAs. I can't say too much. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Energies are on fleek. And this is so very important because this is going to completely change how you see yourself. Coming out of Pisces into Aries through Gemini will change how you see yourself. The last time this happened to me, it changed the way I saw myself from a worthless sinner to a literal archangel. There were still certain core energies that stayed true. My passion and zeal for God has always existed, but it changed forms. Okay, like this is so very important because basically, in a nutshell, this is the transit that's going to change your perception on how you see your superpowers. You have awakened your superpowers. You have synchronicities every day. You have synchronicities every day. Okay. The problem is that you can't use your superpowers. The problem is that you're still in the cage with the jail open, and you're so used to being imprisoned in your own mind, you don't know there's a whole world outside your limiting beliefs. And so it's not that you can't use superpowers, you don't know how to perceive it. You've been stuck within this illusion of society for so long. And let me give you an example. Okay? You can fly. But how would you know you can fly? Ever since you were a kid, you were taught that gravity holds you down and that you don't have a spirit. So you can't fly with your spirit. Videl flew. Videl isn't even a Saiyan. Krillin isn't even a Saiyan. Granted, they are martial artists, and not everyone in DBZ world can fly. And it does take, actual physical physique. That's another thing. Like, these people were physically fit and well trained, but still, you know what I'm saying? You've been taught since a kid that your innate spiritual abilities don't exist because they wanted to dumb you down and make you a slave class. And then you're given vehicles, gas guzzling vehicles that leave such a horrible imprint on Earth. You were lied to and made to feel that this technological advancement moves you forward when it's done nothing but push your civilization backwards. With fossil fuels, with gas, now the ozone layer is full of shit because of all the cars we've driven, now the oil that it takes to run this and the trees we have to kill. We've moved backwards when you have had innate abilities to fly and tap in with nature. This is an illusion you're waking out of, guys. Everything that moved us forward moved us back several more steps. And so, you don't even know you can fly. You were taught you can't fly. Every time you listen to your inner self that told you can fly, that you can believe Pisces you can fly, you were ridiculed, you were laughed at, legitimately psychological negative reinforcement to break down those beliefs. This is not random. You weren't given options. Do you know what I'm saying? You were not given the opportunity to build the neural pathways to learn this. Every option to do that was beat down. That's not possible. That's not possible. But drive this gas guzzling car. This is modern technology. And ain't nothing wrong with driving cars are cool, but you can fly. So you're paying car insurance. You're paying yourself. You're literally paying insurance to people who take your money for an accident you're not going to have. When your ass can fly and teleport, congratulations, you played yourself. You literally have legitimate telepathy, and you let these people put up cell phone towers so that you can do pretend telepathy on your phone. And now listen, if you were to ask, well, if I can have telepathy, Michael, how come I can't just do it? Oh, great question. How come you can't just lift up a 400-pound weight? Is it because you have to build the muscles to do it? Is it because you didn't know how to just drive? You had to learn how to drive. You had to be pretty shitty at driving, and then you had to get used to it. You reinforced your ability with daily consistency. Same as flying. If you were taught properly how to fly, if you knew it was possible, you would have, as a child, built that ability. In the most sensitive period of your development where you develop these abilities, y'all have to do. That's why it is my mission to make sure they teach astrology in these schools, because they are not doing right by these kids. They're not doing right by these kids. At the formulative stages where your brain builds these pathways, you got screwed. They taught you fake science. They taught you fake history. They didn't teach you shit. So each and every single one of you who decided to take this awakening journey and build your own path, you are a legend. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't let people who are intimidated by you going against the grain of this fake shit that people pretend is real, because all people do in this reality is pretend. It's just one big pretending act where they're actors and people who yell cut, and you decided to be real and you got ridiculed for it. You got made fun of for it, and you leveled up anyway. You're a legend. You're a legend. You're a fucking legend. There's no other way. You don't know what small percentage you represent of people who decided, nah, this ain't it. I'm going to create my own path, and followed the inner guidance and showed yourself. Do you know that it's an indescribable feeling to show yourself that everything science and society taught you was wrong, you made real? You're a badass. You have to be a gangster. You don't have to shoot a gun or kill people or throw signs or rags to be the gangster that you are. No, you're not a spiritual gangster. You're a gangster, period, with a spirit. Thank you. And a physical body. That's a fact. And we're not arguing with that, period. Period. Thank you. So keep that in mind. This is going to enable you to learn how to believe again and to really uncover the illusions that you've been lied to. That's why you're not using your superpowers. You have been systematically reinforced to do the opposite. So you can fly. And the fact that I can tell you that, and you're still kind of uneasy, but you can believe that you can manifest. Like, it's interesting. You can accept that you can manifest your reality with your thoughts, but you can't fly. And this is what's going to take you to the next level. This is going to be the transit that brings out your supernatural abilities. And you're going to learn that, oh, I've had these abilities since a baby. They've just been dormant. It's just been a treasure chest that I haven't been using. Because I was taught every time I went to that treasure chest, no, it's of the devil to have imaginary friends. No, you can't do that. That's not real. You're weird. No. So it's not even like you didn't know. You were psychologically traumatized. And a lot of you will not forgive yourselves for letting people play you. A lot of you will make excuses. Honestly, I got in my car accident last year, June. Last year, June, Mars was 29 degrees Pisces. I got in a car accident that was supposed to end my fucking life. Do you know when I got in that car accident? After I wrote Unsubstantiated Claims 1, and I was on Instagram talking saucy. I was calling out Hillary Clinton. I was calling out Obama. I was spitting fire. When people saw that car accident, I didn't say anything. 6+ people said, yo, that was a psychic attack. Are you okay? I didn't have to say that. People who don't even know each other said, I know why you got in that accident. That was supposed to kill me. It was a drunk driver who ran that red light, a spirit. He got possessed by a spirit. And I just ultra instinct that bitch. The passenger side driver walked up to me like, thank you. I would have died if you didn't last minute. And I'm still here. I really risk it all. I'm shadow banned right now. People cannot tag me on Instagram because I really tell the truth. And then you have these fake woke, fake spiritual people using the likeness of spirituality who are too afraid to tell you the truth because they're afraid of losing their followers. That's the difference. I really do this. And you do too. That's why you're on this path. That's why we manifest each other. That's why you're watching me right now. Nothing is random. Nothing is random. I got in that car accident and I challenged myself. I was like, I'm not going to buy a car. I can fly. I'm punishing myself because I paid car insurance $400 a month. And when I got in that accident, Geico said, well, you know what? You didn't get insurance. You didn't get crash coverage. So, you've been paying us all this money, but we can't really do anything for you. You didn't really pay us more money. And that's what made me realize, wow, like I'm a fucking idiot. I can fly. I'm a literal angel. How am I going to go on YouTube and tell people I'm an angel and I need to find a car when I can fly? And so I have had ample. Right now, I can lease a new car. I've been renting car. I can lease a new car right now. And I refuse because I can fly. And I'm forcing myself to believe that. That's the difference. A lot of people aren't built like that. A lot of people make excuses. Oh, but I need this job. I've been walking everywhere. I've been walking and lifting. Okay, it is what it is. I've been renting cars. I've had to go out of town because I'm really serious. It's not going to be easy to reach this state of life. It doesn't have to be easy, but you have to push yourself through this perceptual change because Pisces is I believe. Some of you are afraid to believe in the impossible. You have to understand the reason why I have the success I have now, the reason why I'm able to talk in front of 433 people from all over the world who decided to watch me live is because I made that decision to believe in the impossible when I had no other choice. I had the decision and choice to, but I had no other. I had the decision to believe in the impossible when I had nothing to fall back on. My decision, and y'all know that story, my decision to believe in the impossible came in a period where I had to choose, are you going to go back to Kansas University and delete your Peace Dealer channel? Or are you going to keep this Peace Dealer channel and get out of my house? And I made the decision to take on faith to keep this channel. This was when I had like less than 1,000 subscribers. Like, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know where I was going to eat. As soon as I made that decision, everything unfolded for me the way it would. I ended up being in Cali, making the videos that blew my channel up because I decided to be me. And the universe said, look, if you're going to show up as who you truly are, we got your back. And now that's my message I preach. Why don't you believe in yourself? What excuse are you making to not believe in yourself? Because I didn't have to know all the answers. I just had to take that first step. Let's get it. Because now at this stage of your spiritual path, the kid gloves are off. They're literally trying to kill us. They're coming up with all these bullshit variants that they planned long ago. They can't just release it all at once. So they have to be like, all right, in 6 months, we're going to release this. In 9 months, we're going to release that. But we have to make sure that the data is, conclusive because we have to do this. It's all organized. It's all organized. This is not no conspiracy theory. Just read between the lines. So you have to apply everything that you've learned so you don't live in fear. You know that you are spirit. You know that you are an expression of spirit. The universe, the Lord did not give you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of truth. You are not just a physical vessel. The worst anyone can do to you is torture your body or end your life. But you are immortal. You are a soul. You will always exist. What do you have to fear? Not even fear itself. You're unlimited in your potential. You could be anyone you want to be. And so with that being said, this is putting you in a position where you finally come into real perception of the final form and the max power you've always had. This is where the universe is going to put you in a position where you fall off a 50-foot cliff, and before you fall to your death, oh shit, am I levitating? Yes, bitch, you have superpowers. What did you think? Like, how many synchronicities do you have to see within a given day to finally accept that you are a divine being with unlimited potential? And I say that to myself as much as you, because I was playing that dumb shit too. And it's like, this is where you're not going to have to be in a life or death situation like this. You've done the work. You have done the work. And so because you have done the work, what's going to unfold is the higher reality. The Sagittarius season is ascending your perspective over 12 years of spiritual personal development that has literally upgraded you. And so let us now get into the transit. The first part of this transit, of course, is from Sagittarius season to Pisces season. As you can see in December, we move forward. Neptune goes 21 degrees over Aquarius. Boom, we have the actual conjunction into 22 degrees. So this first entrance is the entrance into the spiritual realm. And in order for you to understand what this means, okay, is in the sense where personally, when we go in Pisces out of Gemini, we're with Jupiter evolving our imagination. Every year, what happens is we visualize and take stock of everything we've experienced. This gives you the vision of the next year ahead. But the significance of going from Sag to Pisces to Gemini is stimulating your inner world. It's firmware updating your inner world. It's taking to the next level your inner self and imagination. Once we now go from Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, that inner self we all collectively do individually through the spring and fall, we now take outside of ourselves towards other people, Libra, relationships, Virgo, reality, and we now start to bring what was inside us, the ideas, and we manifest them. We now see the highest vision of the success, and we do it all over again. It's just this time that we're doing it. Jupiter is at the end in Pisces. Neptune is at the end in Pisces. Saturn is getting ready to come at the end in Pisces. This is a lifetime's collective social upgrade that is bringing you to the height of your supernatural. And the best thing about this is You don't have to take my word for it. Like, we can come out by this time and be like, Peace Dealer, you're talking all this shit in December, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Like it's June now. Like, none of this happened. And then you can call me a fraud and you can say I lied. But I haven't missed yet. I feel like I don't even know how to miss because I'm aligned with truth. And so everything that you think about me, everything that you give me kudos for, the glory really goes to God. I'm literally just a vessel. I'm literally just an instrument. Everything that you like about what I do, you're going to have to give the glory to the universe. If I decided to get in my ego and decide, oh, I'm the truth and you can't do this without me, the universe will replace me and find someone else to do this shit for. So I'm just doing my job. But other than that, this is going to quintessentially change the way that you literally see into your highest potential. And you have spent your whole life allowing other people to undermine you because you're kind. And instead of going in on these people, some of you don't have the heart to go in on people who you've known for years, even though you can destroy them with just a sentence. And we don't have to destroy people, right? I was just saying that figuratively. But yes, thank you, Blue Flame. But yes, really keep that in mind. Because personally, what this is set to do through Sagittarius, by the time we're in Pisces, you're understanding this higher vision of yourself. You're now understanding the reason for it. And so this is kicking off the final part of this 12-year cycle. This is having you come into the height of understanding the nature of this imagination and also putting you in a position to realistically open up this amazing sense of how magically dominant you are. But this is basically the nature of you realizing, oh, I've been doing consultations. Now I can use my skills to be a sports analyst. Now I can use my skills of intuition to place sports bets. And I've mastered my ability so much, whether I'm using astrological horary charts or just my intuition, that I get all the sports bets right. Now I can make a living off of this. And this is going to be really weird for some of you because you're so used to doubting yourself that you don't realize you're stepping into a new level of consistency, a new average, a new expertise. And now you're changing the dynamic of how you use your abilities that are beyond what you've been used to doing. And Pisces is going to make sense of why you had to have that karmic relationship, of why you had to go through that heartbreak, of why you had to experience what you had to experience. It's also going to teach you the free nature of love and how if you truly love something, you let it go. You allow it to be free because your connection with what you love is eternal. And this finite reality does not determine the nature of your eternal, infinite love. I used too many words there, but keep that in mind. It's not necessarily saying you shouldn't necessarily enjoy love unions, but this is going to completely have you transcend over what you've attached. If you think Avatar, how he had to let go of his boo crush. And yeah. So keep that in mind. We ain't no glitch in this bitch. Keep that in mind. I think I'm gonna have to freestyle because personally, and I'm so glad that y'all are relating with this. The reason why this is so very important is you've finished all the steps. This is the final crowning level to where it's like, okay, I'm reaching the highest level I've ever reached. And this is my new base form. A lot of you are stepping into a new base where the last beginning of it, you didn't even know about master numbers. You didn't even know about signs. The next base, you've mastered all of that. And now let me give you a sneak peek. The next cycle is going to now introduce the supernatural quality of the younger generation. The younger generation can summon higher level entities. They can see unseen energies, and they can connect to extra dimensional vibrations outside of the 3D realm. So what this next cycle did was to prepare you to master your superpowers so that during this next cycle, when we come into the beginning of the end of the world, you're able to use your mastered abilities to connect with extra dimensional beings to bring in out of the realm of non-reality, literal magic, so that, are you ready? You can build the new world, the new heaven, and the new earth. A lot of you have received the messages around this. Honestly, the fact that I can be a messenger for y'all is such a huge honor, because y'all are like the golden chosen generation and the younger gen. So like a lot of the angels and spirit guides have been like wanting to come down to assist you. I'm one of them. So like keep that in mind. A lot of you, I'm really your spirit guide, and you're wondering why like certain things aren't working with me. Some of you are kind of attaching to certain things with me, and I don't really exist. Like I'm just a spirit guide. Like I'm an extra in your movie. And so, you know, I'm a message and a placement to let you know that your attraction for an archetype with me, you're going to get someone way better than me for you. You're going to be with someone way better than me for you. So your attraction towards me is good. I am just an archetype of who you're attracting. And if I can help that, you know, you can release that attachment towards me. But a lot of you are kind of guilty for, you know, whatever attraction you have towards me. You should never be guilty for that. I'm holding space to help you see what you're manifesting in your life. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of these concepts, a lot of these aspects are going to happen so fast. And all of this is preparing you for war. All of this is preparing you to step into the warrior aspect of yourself, Neptune, Jupiter, and Aries, that will very powerfully step you into a new version of yourself, the ascended, divine, transcendent version of yourself that is aware of the multidimensional nature before the next generation comes of age. That's what these Jupiter cycles are for, by the way. The Jupiter cycles are for the younger generations who are ready to go through their Saturn return. So who's going to be next? This next Jupiter cycle is going to service Pluto in Sagittarius and Pluto in Capricorn. This previous Jupiter cycle serviced Pluto in Libra and Pluto in Scorpio. And the reason why I say that is when Jupiter in 2010 was in Pisces, everyone who had Pluto in Scorpio didn't go through their Saturn returns, because Pluto in Scorpio had Saturn in Scorpio to Pisces. And when Jupiter went through the last cycle, Saturn just left Libra. Does this sound familiar? Now when Jupiter goes through Aries, where is Saturn going to be? Pisces. This is servicing. In fact, let me just show you. I'm not, dude, y'all know I don't cap. Y'all know I don't cap. So look. By the time Jupiter comes back around, look, Jupiter 2030, 32, 33, 34, boom. By the time Jupiter comes back in Aries, right? When it's in Pisces, where's Saturn going to be? Cancer. So basically, Jupiter is going to go from Saturn in Pisces, Aries, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. That's 1993. 1994, 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004. Y'all up next. And y'all are waiting too. Y'all are like, man, we see y'all trash. Like, we about to show you how it's done, because y'all got Pluto Sagittarius. We about to show you how it's done. You guys think you woke. You ain't woke. Shout out to Saturn and Pisces. Shout out to the new generation. Let's give a hands up to the new generation. They about to show us for real. Like, I got all my money on them. Like, they the shit. So like, if you were born from 84 to 95, congratulations. This Jupiter cycle is for you. Pluto Libra, Pluto Virgo, you guys paved the way. This now exalted y'all. Those of y'all who were born from like, those of y'all who are born from like 76 to 83. Y'all are hilarious. Those of y'all who are born from 76 to 83, this, while it awakened the Pluto Scorpio, put y'all in your power. Okay, so get this. This new Jupiter cycle is going to awaken and return the power of people born from 93 to 2005, but it's going to step 83 to 95 into their power. What's going to happen? Pluto is going to start squaring out Scorpio. Pluto Aqua is going to be crazy. I told you I'm going to finish this Duce. So keep that in mind. I love you all, because remember, we're all one. Like, and I hate to say we're all one, because I'm more of a Virgoan. Like, I like to honor differences in Aquarian, but we're all one body. Like, we're all part of a body. Like, and it's amazing, because we're coming back to each other. On the flip side, own your eccentricities. Stop listening to these people who make you feel like you're too weird. You're not too weird. Anyone who's too weird is somebody that doesn't honor eccentricities and this false sense of normality, that something is supposed to be a certain way. You're not. You're different. You're eccentric. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to own that. You need to have responsibility for what you do. So don't complain if, you know, but like, you need to own that. You need to embrace that. You need to love that about yourself. There's certain things that you're doing that is so against common social norm that you think is toxic, and it's not toxic. It's toxic every time you make yourself think it's toxic. It's only toxic if it holds you back inauthentically from your purpose and you're lying to yourself about it. A lot of you, it doesn't do that. You're giving into this fake social nuance of opinions of stuff that is wrong but isn't really wrong. It's just a group of people who think it's weird when they're weird. If we're going to be real, the whole notion that people think they're cool and that they're celebrities that people can worship is weird as fuck. Like, there's nothing normal. Like, that's done. When Pluto goes in Aquarius, we're not going to have celebrities anymore. J. Cole even said this. We're not going to have celebrities in like 100 or 200 years. Like that's something that kicked off in like that gained greater prominence in Pluto Leo. Like, you've always had like known people, but like the new celebrities are going to be life coaches, astrologers, spiritual leaders, people who actually, scientists. Scientists are going to be the new celebrities again. Like, people who actually forward conscious thought. People who can actually rock a crowd with knowledge. This is the age of Aquarius. And so a lot of you don't even realize that you were bred to be the next leader. You were in an illusion. You were around people who didn't necessarily see that value. And you're about to step into an era where the same people who were too cool to be spiritual, rocking Gucci and Hermes, are now, they're suddenly woke. No, I gave all of that up. And some of you are trying to get like them. Some of you are like, you know what, maybe I do need to get with the times. No, you are a pioneer. You're supposed to move forward. You're supposed to pave the road. These people are about to get on your level and act like they about to have a whole mainstream lineup and act like they've been woke. Oh no, I'm this now and I'm that and I light my candles. Does that sound familiar? Because they already started to do it. So just keep that in mind. It's a form of spirituality that's really fake. But that's not to say that there aren't people being authentic with it, because you all start from somewhere, but you know, it's full of shit. So just keep that in mind, because I'm bringing it back to this Pisces again, because once we step into that Jupiter, this is 2034. Once we step into that Sun, Jupiter, Neptune in Pisces, it's the game changer. Moon's going to be on Uranus. It is the game changer. It is the culmination. And once again, I just have to illustrate. The last time Jupiter was in Pisces was when America had the Dred Scott decision. And like the Supreme Court was just clueless about, I don't know, his skin is black. Is he human? Like, should we give him rights? I don't know. Should we give him rights like we have rights? I don't know. I think we shouldn't. Like, they were dumb. They were slow. But like, we've progressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want you to understand how a lot of that was perceptual and legal. Nothing is new under the sun, folks. There's no difference between then and now. We just have smartphones. There's the illusion of this social progress, but did we progress? People still kill each other. People still steal. Like, seriously, like, did we go backwards? You're going to get all the answers to this. Everything is going to come into this huge reasoning, and this is going to make you respect Neptune. Lindsay, we have one more boss battle. Okay, we have another year of boss battles, but we have another boss battle, Capricorn season. You can make it through. The Sagittarius season is literally preparing you. In fact, now that the moon is in Capricorn, you are unlocking your treasure chest right now with the peace dealer. You see that? 24 degrees. The moon is on my Saturn. I just had the most epic lunar return with y'all. Okay, I just had my lunar return with y'all. That's really deep. And you're unlocking power from a treasure chest right now. So keep that in mind. Thank you. I love you, Wendy Knight. What progress? And those of you who are woke will know that we haven't made progress. We've only gone backwards. Given what our ancestors left behind us, dark forces came through and purported this perversion of spiritual principles to give us the illusion of progress, but we've only gone backwards. But listen, there was a plan for that. This isn't random. It's not just some people who got it wrong. It's an elite few who realized the budding potential of a world population that over time would grow and realistically needed a way to monitor it with religion, with technology, and with politics. And we're now finally in a position where humanity collectively is awakening out of that and we become self-sovereign. That is Neptune and Aries, but updated now. Because with Saturn, okay, before it goes on Uranus and Gemini. So by the time we reach that Pisces season, this is what's going to put you in a deeper understanding of the ascended perspective of magic you're awakening. By Pisces season, you're stepping into a whole, and I can't even put it into words because it's beyond our perception. If you follow Marvel, you have the Eternals, you have the Celestials, and you have the Beyonders. Okay. The Beyonders are like the most powerful people in Marvel. The Eternals would be like Capricorn. The Celestials, which formed the universe, would be like Aquarius. And then you have the Beyonders, the pesky Beyonders. Like, they're not even from here. They're literally from beyond this realm. They're Pisces. Pluto's going to go into Pisces, and Beyonders are going to destroy the whole world. All the Pisces that are around you are just waiting for this time. They're pretending to be your friends, but they're having visions of flooding the whole world. Like, you don't even know. Like, they're literally super mega omnipotent beings that are just waiting to awaken with Pluto. But Pluto's going to go into Aquarius, and then the aliens are going to awaken. We're going to see real alien invasions, because the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was like in the 1700s, before we had smartphones and camera phones to actually, actually log alien invasion. But we're going to actually see it now. So, like, just keep that in mind. Maybe it is what it is. Pisces, I don't mean to really expose you. I'm terrified of y'all, Pisces. I'm really terrified. But it is what it is. Only because, like, Pisces can literally be your friend, but they're literally the end. That's why I'm like, whenever you see a Pisces, you need to run, because when you meet a Pisces, the omen for meeting a Pisces is it's the end for you. When I met my Pisces best friend, I was at the end of a cycle. I didn't even know. He's not even into astrology like I am. But, like, he helped facilitate the change in my social circle because it was in the 11th, right? So just keep that in mind. Pisces represent the end. And, Neptune's in Pisces at the end. We're getting ready to step into a whole new aspect of humanity. The end isn't really the end, though. The end just brings rays to new beginnings. You should never fear the end. You should be excited, because it means there's a new beginning, because you are eternal. We're the Tower card in your life. Thank you, Sierra. So keep that in mind. And this is what is going to facilitate coming into Pisces, this transcendence of everything. So Elena said, what does that mean? Pisces answers the question why. Okay. And so when we're in Pisces, you're going to understand why. Sagittarius answers what it means. Virgo answers how. And Gemini what. So think about that. Now that Neptune is in Pisces, which is a vibration that points out all the infinite possibilities, we're stepping into a metaverse. Come on now. The metaverse is about to be our new reality, where we have a full balance of real life and the metaverse. And ironically, contrary to popular belief, it is going to simulate a utopian era where all of a lot of people think that we're going to be overrun by AI, and, like, you know what I'm saying, the metaverse will kind of make us, and there's going to be an element of that, but actually, don't give up faith in humanity. This is going to be the cycle where we start to make real the utopian ideal. It's just new levels, new devils. So, I mean, don't be so caught up in how good everything looks, because they're going to use that to deceive you at the same time. Just like they did with this new cycle. They do it every cycle. But you're going to be, like, people who mature more hip to this. But I just want to be clear. The reason why I'm not going out of Pisces yet is from Sag to Pisces is the ascending and transcendence of your supernatural abilities that take it to a higher level. Now this is going to release the old ego about yourself. And let me kind of put that into context. Let's say, I love using the Spider-Man analogy. Let's say you got bit by a spider. Let's say you're invincible and you manifested your superpowers, and now you can fly. And now you realized, okay, like, I've been using these abilities in a certain way, but I can use them in a higher way. Like, I don't have to use my abilities for street crimes. I can use them to protect the whole world. Okay. Now, by the time we step into Pisces, your understanding of yourself has transcended. You're no longer the person who was trying to awaken their superpowers. And you're like, yeah, I am a sovereign being. That's you right now. I am a sovereign being. I believe I'm a sovereign being. but like I just have trouble like actualizing it. You're no longer that being. Now you've actualized it. Now from Pisces to Aries, from Jupiter in Pisces to Aries, from Neptune in Pisces to Aries, you're no longer Peter. You're still Peter Parker, but you're no longer Peter Parker. Now you're Peter Parker who has Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man is still Peter Parker, right? But like now your sense of Aries identity has transcended. Now the way you identify yourself is as someone who has received a PhD in mediocrity. That's hilarious. A PhD in accounting. You're not the bachelor's student who was just like, oh, accounting is full of shit. This is boring. Now you're the PhD, like, you know what? I'm pretty good at accounting. Hey, like, does that make sense? Before you were approaching firms like, I hope they'd hire me. I really need a job. Now you got your PhD. Now it's like, look, you need me. Your business is trash. Look at this. I'm pulling up receipt. Look, you didn't even cover your bookings. You can't even balance your account. You need me. You need me. I got the job on the spot. Thank you. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? That is the science between Pisces to Aries. You're releasing an aspect of your old ego because the only thing constant in life is change. You've transcended and now, boom, you're becoming someone new. This is the science of cycles. This is the science of cycles. I wanted to use something as practical as a PhD in college education, but this applies more realistically to supernatural abilities. And the little things too, like the intuition that you had trouble trusting in, now it's loud. Now it's like, hey, that person that's talking to you right now is full of shit and he cheated on his girlfriend. And like, you're like, hey, did you cheat on your girlfriend? And the person's like, how did you know that? And then you're like, oh shit, my intuition is on point. Now it's no longer you doubting your intuition. Now your intuition talks to you, listen, and you're going on a whole adventure. It's like, oh snap, like this is stable now. Now I'm not letting my own self get in the way with my own doubt. Okay, so keep that in mind. Like you worked so hard for this. You worked so hard for this. And the reason why I have to just repeat and repeat and repeat is that the way the dark forces work collectively through individual darkness gives you the impression that things are random when they are all orchestrated. You fight a spiritual war with unseen angelic beings fighting on your behalf to maintain your free will decision. If you decide to walk in the dark, we cannot force you into the light. We have to honor your decision. Once you step into the light, we got you. We protect you. Does that make sense? So keep that in mind because many of you are stepping into a personification of yourself that society doesn't even have a definition for. And so society will struggle to label you. And I don't mean anything superficial as identity politics, like identifying with a sexual orientation. I mean something as true as your soul identification. A lot of you are walking soul reapers and you having people compare you to other people. You're not even from here. That's been so much of your issue. A lot of you have felt that you don't belong because you're constantly compared to other people. Why can't you be like this person? Why can't you be like that person? Meanwhile, you're a whole goddess. And now you're contemplating, I mean, I really believe in myself, but I guess I'm just not good enough. Shut up! You're a god! You're a whole goddess! You literally just had a synchronicity before you came through. You just snapped your fingers and then you let somebody get at your self-esteem because they comparing you to some Joe Schmo who don't even know who they are. And so this is where you're raising out of this whole need to belong to a construct because you're infinite. You're beyond that. It is okay. You're giving yourself permission to be beyond what is colloquially normal. Ashley, I got you. Appreciate you. And let me just once again honor the feminine. From when I did this, it was mainly women that held me down. I'm starting to see more men tune in and salute to you, kings. I have to really thank you, queens, for holding me down. When I wanted to learn this, I couldn't approach men because men are like, "Oh, astrology's for the bitches." Like, I don't care about this. This isn't a real. It was the ladies who were receptive. Yeah, some of them thought I was hitting on them until I've been like, "Oh, you got your Mars in this sign. Do you feel this?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this motherfucker's spinning." Right. So, like, keep that in mind. Y'all held me down. It is the divine feminine, you queens, who held me down. Thank you. So keep that in mind. It's my job as divine masculine to protect and provide and make sure we keep this moving forward. And I appreciate y'all challenged me to step into my masculinity and manhood too. And like Blue Flame said, it's Return of the Kings. Holla at your boy. Thank you, Laura. So keep that in mind, because personally, once we step out of Pisces now, that identification that transcends through Aries, we now see Jupiter come out of Pisces, boom, into Aries, so that by the time we step into the 28th, retrograde. Boom. Now, the second half of this is you taking this transcendent identity and now beginning the process of individualization. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini takes this higher dream and vision and anchors it down into your individual self, so that by the time Neptune retrogrades, you're now taking this upgrade of how you actualize the understanding of your supernatural ability, and you now bring it into your reality. This is where you can see each woman is an aspect of the goddess and each man is an aspect of God. Or if you want to just say God is a genderless being, where we're all aspects of them. You know, some of them are the fire of God. Some of y'all are just the water, the soul of God. Some of you are the mind of God. Okay. Love you too, Colby. Much appreciated. Y'all are fucking amazing. So just keep that in mind. This is where we are God body. We are God, but think Power Rangers. You know, each Power Ranger comes together to form a Megazord. There's no different with what we do when we do rituals. Every time we set an intention to the universe in a ceremony, we basically become one big Megazord. And as a Megazord, that is hilarious. And I can't take that serious because of Rick and Morty. But other than that, yes and amen. God is both immanent and transcendent. But what I learned is there is a God and there is a goddess. Just like there's a man and a woman, just like you have male and female species, you do have the God force split in that divine feminine and the divine masculine. Realistically, what this a woman... Can you believe that was a thing? Yo, the shit that happened 2020, if you told an alien, they'll be like, you're lying. You're lying. That did not happen. There's no way that happened. There's no way millions of people blacked out their screens on Instagram because they thought that would do anything for Black lives. That's a lie. What? Really? There's no way y'all had people actually believe wearing masks will protect them from a virus, even though it doesn't. No, you guys really did that? There's no way. Are you serious? No way. I bet you gonna tell me y'all had murder hornets. Are you sitting down? What? Yes. Like, tell me I'm lying. Just say, like, seriously, B. Seriously, B. Seriously. How do I tell an alien? Yeah, so after an Astroworld Festival concert where people got trampled to death, the devil became president because the sitting president had a colonoscopy when someone who, actually killed someone in self-defense almost got a guilty verdict. Like, none of this shit makes sense. None of this shit makes sense. And that's because we're in Pisces. Once you're in Pisces, it just blends the unreal with the real. Like, it's crazy. But think about that. The devil was our sitting president for a few hours. Like, that's weird, right? It's not the first time the devil was president because we had Obama for like 2 terms and, it's Lucifer on the sun. But like, we actually had the act. Okay, other than that, I will never let this shit go. Like, straight up, I will never let this shit go. Like, no one wants to talk about Kamala. I don't understand. That's so weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird. Whatever. And Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. But other than that, this is just very, very interesting because by the time we step into the second part of this is you now unpacking the nature of how realistically you're in a position. Seriously, what do you say? What do you say? Who is the leader? I mean, technically he shit his pants in the Pope and he'd be going to sleep during interviews. I don't know if he's our leader. I could take you to Trump, but like it is what it is. So like you feel me? Like what? That is the $1 million question. We are honestly, I'll bring him to Putin. I'll be like, look, this is a real nigga. Let's go to Putin. I don't know. Like I don't know who we gonna do. Who we gonna do? Who we gonna send him to? Who we gonna send him to? I'll be like, I am the leader. You might as well just tell him you're the leader because you doing better than these leaders. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. So other than that. Yes, send them to Ye. Send them to Ye. That is genius. Send them to Kanye. In fact, that's what we do. Yes. Yes. He signed a man on the moon. Yeah. He goes by Yeezus now or Ye. But other than that, oh, that's awesome. Shout out to you, Lilac. Shout out to you. This is very, very important though. Because once again, what's going to occur here is a quintessential transcendence of the collective conscious nature of how you actually express your intent and the relationship with your intention and how it co-creates and dances with your perception of reality, because there really is no such thing as reality. Everything you experience in reality is just the projection of your consciousness that experiences everything and hallucinates everything different than others, which is not a bad thing. I think that's beautiful. These are just the sensory input of your own brain firing neurons to make sense of your conscious experience. And so this Neptune transit is going to supernaturally explore uncharted territory to take everything that you've mastered and apply it outside of your comfort zone into situations, applied to things you can't see, you can't smell, you can't taste, so that you can understand this element of the metaphysical before we come out of this portal into Gemini and we make it real in Virgo. And this is why we need to respect Virgo, because everything that we dream, we end up making real, then have a higher vision of, and we do it all over again. Lilac, honestly, if I knew that, I would have voted yay. I just had to vote Trump because, you know, he the truth, and the North Node was on my son, which was on his North Node. I literally was destined to vote for him. And, you know, I would do it all over again. I was just kind of heartbroken because I always wanted to vote for Kanye. And the one chance I had to vote for Kanye, I had to vote for Trump. And it is what it is. But power to both of them. They're both very amazing angels. Ironically, also both billionaires. So it is what it is. Other than that, no, seriously, like what, and ethereal synchronicity, I love what you said, because Saturn actually represents, so Neptune represents the astral realm of imagination. Uranus represents the causal realm of the mind, the higher mind faculty. And then Saturn actually represents 3D. But when I say that there's no such thing as reality, there's really no one definition of what reality is, because a fruit fly perceives reality through infrared, bats perceive reality through sonar, you perceive it through the ocular refraction of your brain's ability to project consciousness. So is reality the same for everyone? What can we really say as far as our objective experience when time doesn't even flow objectively the way we subjectively perceive it? You know what I mean? Like the earth is traveling a couple 10,000s of miles an hour right now, but do we even feel it? And this is an illusion of time perception. So other than that, you know, the only thing I really have to say is personally, you are coming into a unique aspect, an element of how powerfully you apply mind over matter and create the reality of your dreams. But relative to the end of this Jupiter cycle, where back in 2012, you were just enlightening yourself to the truth of who you are, and then 2019, you ascended into the meaning of that truth. And in 2016, before that, you mastered the reality of that. Well, 2022 is transcending the higher divine existence of you. You're getting ready to step into a version that you didn't even know existed. And you have to be willing to surrender to yourself and to accept that you're the magician of your own life. And so moving forward, once again, I challenge you with the energy exercise, whether you write it down, whether you speak it out. I've written stuff down and it's happened. I've just spoken and it's happened. I remember I thought I wanted a cheeseburger. Okay. I wanted a cheeseburger. And I didn't attach to the thought. I was like, damn, a cheeseburger would be nice right now. And in less than 4 hours, my mother comes back home with Whataburger and hands me a cheeseburger. Maybe my intent triggered her to think, hey, let me get him a burger. Or maybe, I was just into think about that. I will give you another example just recently. This is how powerful your thoughts are. I was doing my daily rounds when I was living downtown. Earlier, this happened 2021. And I was like, I saw someone riding a bike. I was like, I'm going to get a bike. I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to get a bike because I can just ride around here. And I let it go. I smoked my weed. I walked around. By the time I came back around, in less than 20 minutes, hey, buddy, I have this bike here. Do you want to buy it? I'm about to move. Are you serious? Are you serious? Do you see this glorious bike? I manifested this bitch in less than 20 minutes. Are you serious? Did I have to work a job to get this bike? Did I have to look online? I just made the thought, just say, you know what? I want a bike. And the dude had a moped. It wasn't even this kind of bike. That's what I was like, okay, universe, you need to chill. You need to chill. I wasn't even trying to do all this. I was just trying to mind my business. He said, hey, you want this bike? Dude walked up to me. He came to me. He came to me. He said, hey, do you want this bike? I didn't just say, you know what, I want a bike 20 minutes earlier. Oh my God. Holy shit. Magic is real. Or I'm not the magician. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Oh my God. Let it come to you. That doesn't mean that you can't take initiative. That doesn't mean that you can't go for what you want. But considering all I had to do was just be I want a bike. I let go of how it's going to happen. I didn't expect to get a bike that day. You need to trust the timing of the universe. There you go. You have no excuses. You just need to let it happen. Magic is real as a mofo. Ooh, especially when you have the right to be lazy, especially when it comes to love too. Maybe you can't control how a person feels about you, but you can manifest the essence of perhaps what you want in a relationship in a form that's better for you if you open up to it. For example, the bike that I saw someone ride was a motorbike. I wanted that kind of bike. I wasn't expecting to get that, but it ended up being exactly what I needed. So you know what I'm saying? I didn't get the exact bike I wanted, but for a bike to just show up, the universe is like, bro, this is better for you. And I just accepted. I was like, yo, this is a nice ass bike. There you go. Boom. I wasn't like, well, that's not the exact bike I was thinking. I wanted more like a moped. I was like, oh my God, magic is real. This is crazy. Oh my God, this is wild. There you go. Woo. All right, the last thing that I want to say about this is Neptune. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lilac. Thank you so much. I was ready to let go too. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. This is not going to work. I'm going to just move on. But you did say action, so we'll see. It is what it is, though. You know what? This is crazy, too. That's crazy. So really be mindful, because shout out to Intuition Goddess. No, good question. Would it be dickish if I didn't take it? It would be inauthentic. Because, by the way, he didn't just give it to me. I had to buy it from him. I had to buy it. He sold it to me. So I could have been like, oh, I don't have the money for it, or I don't want to pay for it. I had to make the decision to, but I had the foresight to realize the universe is speaking to me. Get the bike. I just, out of respect, I was like, I'm getting the bike. It is what it is. So really keep that in mind. What's so very important is now with Neptune going direct, you're also going to be with this greater understanding of your supernatural. And remember, just to repeat, what this transit is going to do is it's going to make you more understanding of every single one of your supernatural abilities, which is usually tied to one aspect of your abilities that you can do, but you didn't know you can do because society has conditioned you to do the opposite. You have to understand this is deliberate, like a few elite, whether through secret societies or occult groups, keep the occult wisdom to themselves. Because if you've seen Hunter x Hunter, if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, these are secret societies that hold this. Because if I use my life force to weaponize this book, people already commit crimes. Like, there's wisdom to this. This is why secrets, wisdom, Scorpio. Okay, so you're going to be revealed your own personal secret. Please don't tell anybody, unless you trust them. But even still, keep that in mind, because personally, you're going to understand aspects of yourself you didn't even know were possible. I believe, Pisces, you have to believe it. You're going to be pushed to believe it. Thank you, Shannon. It's crazy. I have not ridden that bike once, and I got this 6 months ago. I've not ridden it yet. And that's how much I'd be procrastinating. I have all these tools I haven't used. I have not ridden this bike once. I need to ride this bike. I just need to pump the tires. But other than that, this is so very important, because the other aspect, now that you're going to understand, after you step through the Pisces portal, you're going to understand the collective, because some of y'all take too seriously the 3D. And so if you think that there could be an individual who treats you a certain way that is completely unconscious to the dark force manipulation of their heart, because maybe they have depression, maybe they have certain dark. That's why spiritual hygiene is important. When you walk with God, when you have daily spiritual hygiene, when you develop your light body, it's not easy. No one ever said it would be easy. But if you brush your teeth every day, you need to have, of course, spiritual hygiene. When you stay in the light, you do not have any darkness within you for dark forces to manipulate. You don't have any bitterness to be like, yeah, screw people. You should just shoot up the school. No one cares about you anyway. If you keep with spiritual hygiene, you will not have that in you. You be, the moment that voice comes in, you be like, fuck out of here. That's a lie. I am loved. I am special. I am great. And everyone's a reflection of me. Like, you have to keep this up every day. The Apostle Paul that got arrested, these apostles that pushed the gospel like it was their mission and got sent to prison, versus these fake Christians that are afraid to do this because they're going to get persecuted. You feel me? Like, when he did his whole run, Apostle Paul did his whole run for years, dedicated his whole life to spreading letters to the churches, getting arrested and all that. He said, I can't let up once lest I lose the race. You would think that Paul would be good. Paul went to the third heaven and saw things that were unlawful to share with human beings. You would have thought that he has a free pass to heaven. After all that, he said, I have to stay on point, lest after I've run this race, I still don't make it to heaven. This is a day. You need to keep your sword sharp every day. Don't be like these spiritual people or these religious people who are like, oh, well, I've been good my whole life. Like, I don't have to worry. I'm not like these sinners. I'm not like these people who read tarot. I'm not like these evil people. Though that's pride. God hates pride more than he hates murderers. It is pride that had Lucifer fall. Straight up. So, like, keep that in mind. You must stay sharp. And what you're going to understand is the collective plot to focus and target you. If you think negative agents, if you think people who have committed, it's hard for you who has committed yourself not just to light, but to balancing the light and dark within you, to accept that some people sell their souls and commit themselves to darkness. When you go to the dark side, you get more power, you get more affluence. It is a selfish route. It's using black magic to cross other people's free will. There's a whole side of that. It's what side of the force you use. And so people who sell their soul to that get power, get fame, get all that instantly. But now their vessel is a puppet to spread negativity. And a lot of that looks positive. You should do sage. You should treat others nicely. You should be positive. But what fruit are they bearing? Because by their fruit ye shall know them. And just because everybody sounds positive, just because you watch that person on YouTube that gives you a super accurate tarot reading, doesn't mean that they aren't evil as hell. What source are they drawing that info from? You have to do your research. That's why I say don't be afraid to call me out. If you see me on bullshit, I am not above being called out for being on bullshit. Sword sharpens sword. Iron sharpens iron. If I'm full of shit, maybe I need to be called out. It is what it is. But you got to stay on point every day. And so what this is going to teach you is the deeper psychology and metaphysical nature of dark forces through people. And now you're going to understand the reason why there is resistance towards you, why certain people feel the way they feel towards you. It's going to release and surrender a lot of inhibition and insecurity when you realize, oh, that person is an evil piece of shit. Oh, that person is literally demon possessed. That's why they keep projecting this negative psychic vibe. Oh, that person hasn't gotten exorcised by me yet. Oh, I've been allowing everything that's happening. I'm ready to take my power back. Like, you're going to come into the full reason why and ground that in the truth. Oh my God, yo, I have this crazy vision of you G-checking the crap out of people that you would have been intimidated to even say a word to because of this image that you had about these people who were in these higher positions, who put themselves a certain way, who put this image that you're going to realize is an illusion, and you're going to be G-checking these same people that you used to look up to. That will now look up to you or will be cut down by your word of the sword. Understanding demonic behavior versus human behavior. And please don't take my word for it. You're going to be living this as soon as now. Like, we're in it. So keep that in mind. Neptune going direct is pushing forward the neural pathways that enable you to experience metaphysical and supernatural experiences and for your ability to make real practical sense of them coming out through Virgo season. But because we're going into Pisces, you have to believe it's not about making practical sense as much as it is walking through a rabbit hole and being completely fish-tarded. Lilac Ocean had an amazing reading in the notion of stretching your brain out and imagination to try new things. You have to be okay with seeming or looking delusional. You have to be okay with looking a little crazy, because this is going to help you wear new clothes and try expressions outside of your critical mind that will feel crazy because it's outside of what it has judged as normal. It's not really crazy. You're training yourself to experience new things. Once we come out of Gemini and a Virgo, then we do the opposite. Now it's about analyzing practically, because we have to deal with other people and we have to balance what we think versus what others care about, and so that we can reach a compromise, and we do it all over again. And so with that being said, even though there's so much more I want to say, I really just want to give it up to you, because the fact that you're here when millions upon millions of people have died in the past cycle alone as casualties of war, everyone who has died from the virus alone is a casualty of war. It is not, they're not just someone who died. This is a bioweapon. And so all of these illusions are going to be released, and you're going to realize how much of a badass you've always been. You are literally on the verge of illusions and veils falling off and you seeing the true meaning of everything you did. So you were told, oh, you're this because you did this, but the illusion will fall and you'll realize, oh no, I did this not even having to know the truth. That's how much of a legend you are. And everything you were demonized and victimized for, you're going to be applauded for and rewarded for. Seriously. Like, you're literally on the verge of total breakthrough and transcendence. And like, thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you so much for being you. Thank you for having the uncompromising attitude to shine your light and to share yourself. Shout out to All Cap Moons. Shout out to All Cap Moons. All right, I'm gonna have to do a quick Duce freestyle before I step into the live readings. Be very careful because you're going to be dealing with people who no longer have the authority to really say anything. And so because they've lost faith, you're dealing with sore losers, my friends. Like the only thing they can do is just bring you down to their level. You have definitively with receipts proven that everything that they're resistant towards you isn't based on reality, but based on their resistance to your authenticity. So they're going to be attacking your character with ad hominems. They're going to be calling you names that come from high school. When someone calls you a loser, when someone calls you a lame, when someone calls you weird, well, weird actually has some credence. Weird means supernatural. When someone calls you a loser, when someone calls you lame, that word doesn't really mean anything. It's not like lame, like you can't move your body. Like these are expressions that come from children. No, like imagine grown adults using child high school lingo because they're still mentally in high school to hit you with false rhetoric because you get them so in their feelings. The most that they can come up with that peanut processing brain of theirs is you're lame, you're this. Like that is their, like think of the irony of how hilarious that is, that that's all they could really say. Because they're not saying anything. It can't hurt if it's not true. And this is their way of, instead of giving in and surrendering their pride, trying to bring you down to their level. This is your victory. You're going to walk on from people who can't bring you down to their level. And there's nothing they can do. Your decision, you know you won. Thank you. Thank you. You don't have to say anything. You know, you did it all already. You don't have to address these people, and you're going to put them in their place because from the get-go, their sense of importance, Oyawe, Andale, their sense of importance. Shout out to the Mexicans too. El Paso was fire, and the time I spent in Juarez and the culture there too, despite certain differences and like people from El Paso and Mexicans that aren't from El Paso. Shout out to them, but. Other than that, can't talk shit when we don't even exist. You're going to realize from the get-go, this image they put was just an illusion. That's where that inferiority complex comes from. That's why they're going to act like your path is corny, because everything that they do is an illusion. They're playing a game. They're just a player of a game. You're not playing a game. You're forging a real life, a real path. And so your actions indirectly call out the false fake nature of the delusion that they put in their image. That's why it's one-sided. You're not worrying about them. They're in your business because they are inherently threatened by you, but their pride will not allow them to say that. So they do all this extra shit. Thank you. Thank you. And that's it. The fact, listen, here's the checkmate. The fact that in this one-sided vein, they try and use rhetoric to speak on unconventional natures of your attitude to just basically express bullshit based off of how they feel is a victory. If you did not trigger insecurity in them because of your own authenticity, they wouldn't say that. No one who is secure in themselves would resort into beta behavior like that. And there you go. Literally. So you don't even have to say or do anything back. Your own authenticity did all the work. And that's going to be a weird feeling. That's going to be a weird feeling when you realize that. Shout out to the spiritual badass. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's going to be a weird feeling when you realize that you don't necessarily have to clap back like that. Because in your ego and defensiveness, you're coming into now a higher psychological understanding that the war is already won. and you don't have to keep fighting the same battles. This is where people will try and start a war with you just to beg for forgiveness, just to get your attention. This is the level at see, before, when you were establishing this, you had to clap back out of principle. But now we've gone beyond Capricorn and graduated. Now we've connected with the other winners in Aquarius, and we're transcending. You no longer have to. You've graduated. It really does feel weird. And that's because of the deception of the people promoting that to take your victories and turn them into losses. Some of you have helped facilitate tower moments and sexually deep trauma to heal from people using your gifts in ways that licensed therapists and doctors couldn't do. And that's a W. But people will act like, oh, you're a pseudoscientist and you read cards, and turn it into an L. That's all the dark forces can do. You're so powerful that all they can do is be sore losers. These are the same dark forces that if they wanted you dead can have you dead. They can't touch you, though. They can't kill you. They tried. And so the best they can do is be sore losers. That's how powerful you are. So you can play that psychological game, or you could just laugh at it and understand where it comes from, knowing that only pisses them off more. Period. Period. So keep that in mind. Seriously. At the end of the day, you're just dealing with people who have nothing substantial to offer other than weird faces like, you're weird. You're weird. You've been saying that for 12 years, bitch. You did not do shit. Checkmate, ho. Like you have no substance. You have no substance. People will talk about it, but have not done nothing. The fact that they have done nothing means they can't. You're unstoppable. Period. Keep that in mind. As much as people may complain about things, if it was really important, they would do something. The fact that they have to cry to other people and rally other people to say things means that they're weak. This is literally an indirect way of saying that you're weak. These people are insecure, because someone secure in themselves would never stoop down to that level. They would, in their own strength, do something about it. And that's just a fact. Anyway, that being said, welcome to this greatest victory. The reason why I have to say this is that psychological attack is real. And if you allow it, you can let people who don't even have the authority or the audacity, not everyone has psychic ability. So some people think they're slick. Some people think that they can overlayer your thoughts with their negative conditioning, but you know yourself now. So you know what's your thoughts, and you know what's some extra dimensional frequency coming through. And so when I tell you that you're getting ready to clap back on these forces in a way that they didn't even know was possible, that's because the whole time they were living in falsity. They didn't have the ability to recognize the truth you're stepping into because they live a lie. And so when you just summon thunder on their ass, now they gonna call you the bad guy when you've just been, you know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games until you actually summon your power and you drop bodies, and now you the villain. So keep that in mind, baby. And that being said, we're going to step into the live readings. Oh, snap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You can freestyle along with me on your own, too. Oh. Your thoughts create reality. Your thoughts are things. You create reality when you sing. It is what it is. I know what it do. Hold up. I got something here for you. You already know what it is in this bitch, Sir Oreo coming through and he killing shit and he thought he was over and you thought it was finished. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all know I ain't finished. I'll be going in every time that I'm in this. You ain't even know Peace Dealer got the business. Oh my freaking goodness. Oh my freaking God. My accent didn't break. You know I go against the odds. But I'm getting even. And I'm even Steven. And did he even really do what I can't even? Because he really odd. And he like the Wizard of Oz. But he got a heart and a brain too. And you don't know the silly things that he do. It is what it is. And it's poo-poo. Really stinky. Like Pinky. I got a brain and I'm taking over the world. Yes. And I'm taking over your girl. Damn. I mean that in a funky way. Yeah. I do like everything I say, and everything I say control reality in a different way. And it is what it is, and it is what I do. Read E squared and E cubed by Pam Grout 2. And if you do all of that by tonight, you will literally enter a life change tonight. You will literally change your life. It'll literally happen like that. I hope you enjoy it. Oh. And everything you want, you can have if you believe. All you gotta do is follow it through and you will achieve it. Focus on what you want like you already have it and you will make it happen. It is literally called magic. You are literally not a has-been. And if you don't believe in yourself, you can just do it today. Okay, that's it. We didn't come to play and this ain't really a game. But all right. Bam! That's how we do it. Yo, that's it right there. Shout out to Sir Oreo. It came through and destroyed that shit real quick. Damn. I didn't even know he could spit like that. That's crazy. Woo! All right, y'all. I'm going to pull oracle cards for you. I do have live readings, $20 minimum for one card. Put the albino weave back. Yo, that's hilarious. Okay, so whoo! Damn, Oreo went in. I'm not gonna lie. So other than that, I'm gonna pull. Ooh, this is totally not from a wig. I'm gonna pull 12 different cards, and I'm gonna pull one more for you, and then we'll go into the live readings. First, we have Jacqueline from Venmo. Alexandra, thank you. Hannah, thank you. Rija, thank you. And then we have All Saints, I got you. Beautiful. Okay. Once again, $20 is the minimum. Oh, don't worry. She gonna come out later. She gonna have a freestyle. Okay. Y'all are awesome, as always. Maggie, thank you. I got you. Okay, so Aries for this Neptune retrograde transit, or this Neptune direct transit. Avon, I got you. We have faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust in the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world, which is 12th house, but mainly another 12th house, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Whoop, whoop. I do have tarot. I'm just going to do oracle cards today. Deborah, I totally got you. I'm going to make sure I sip some water, especially after this do say. So Taurus. We have Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. And this comes with ascension. While Riley said, raise above. Literally, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. If that's not a synchronicity, I don't know what is. Good stuff, Riley Rage. So next we have... Wow. Are all these bitches my sons? Is that what that means? Okay, so other than that, we have Gemini. Okay. Aww, aww. Hey, Chasen. Hey, that's a really good, I mean, if you want to do that. All right. Rainbow. It is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. It is what it is. So we have awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And we also have cloak of wisdom. That's crazy. Do you see this? Wear a cloak. Well, what cloak are you wearing? The cloak of wisdom. I can't make this shit up. Y'all already know what time it is. We have, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know, Gemini. Okay, come on now. Y'all are pieces of Aquarius, so don't be in this doubt game because of the square to Pisces. Trust what you know. Start from there. There's certain things you know to be true, and then there's certain things you're guessing. Start and stick with what you know and stay and start there. Okay, Cancer. We have Mother Mary. Of course, Cancer would get Mother Mary. Love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. We have Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. And dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Next, we have Leo. Look, y'all breaking down strongholds. Like you're dealing with dark forces who are pissed every time you step into your power. Every time you feel that psychic current, respond with what you going to do. Do something. And you're going to see they're not going to do something, they're going to get mad. Thank you. Because they use fear to try and control you, and it's just not going to work. Okay, so Leo, we have Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And we also have increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice with Master Buddha. Virgo. We have the sacred vision, the Miriam, sacred vision, choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all, remember that love has no boundaries. And we also have Master Jesus. That's some Virgo shit. Forgiveness, you are on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Libra. And once again, be very careful about psychological manipulation. If someone comes up to you and they're like, you're such a this, you're such a that, what did they do about it? Because what certain people want to do in this new age is personally make their problems your problems without doing anything. Like people will spend all day complaining about something but do nothing because they're stupid, like they're weak. So like don't tune into that. That is a trap to tune into stuff that you can just literally ignore and respond in a different way. Please, this will be the most important insight. Ask people, well, what are you going to do about that? And watch their true nature come out. Okay. Libra. We have awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Yeah. And we also have Saint Germain, karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Libra, especially you too. People are just going to say things to you to get a reaction from you. Your words are gold. Are you going to would you want someone to play you like that regardless of your zodiac sign? Like you're going to start to see psychologically the meaning behind that and how people, like you have people who in their world, they're like super relevant, but in your world, you don't even exist. So they have to literally pretend like they have anything against you so that you can respond to them and make them relevant in your play. That's all that is. That's the psychological meaning behind that. Every time you ignore that, they feel more insecure because they have no footing in your reality. And a lot of people, that's all they want. To you, you may not see it like that, but that's it. They may not ever admit that, but just look at their actions. Are they doing anything behind what they have an issue with, or just talking about it? Chances are they want your attention. And that's about it. That's how powerful you are. That's how badass you are. And every time you step into that higher self-esteem, there's a psychological mechanism to try and break you down, but it's not working anymore. So these people are going to show up physically. And when they show up physically, you got something for that ass. Scorpio. Did you see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Scorpio. We we have light activation. Ooh, I know you like that. Move in, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Okay. Shout out to Saint Kumara. And then we also have Kuan Yin. I never pull this card because it's rare, just like you, Scorpio. Care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Okay. Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, rising sun, moon. We have Mahavatar Babaji expansion. That's all you. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. I don't even know why I laughed at that. That's a part of your reading, Sagittarius. You're just gonna realize certain shit is so trivial. There's Sagittarius, I get that huge for you. There's all this drama around you, and people are taking the drama so seriously, and you just dying laughing because you see how pointless it is. You see how fake everyone is. You see how it's not even that big a deal, and you're above it. Not even because it's not a big deal. You're laughing because you're so above it. You're so above it. And you think it's just kind of ironic how serious people are taking it. So we do have Dharma unfolding with Dual Cool. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. I can believe this because Scorpio usually has the most views on any of the sign stuff. It's usually Scorpio that's killing everyone else, literally. So Capricorn. Ooh, come on now. Capricorn, we have Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And we also have inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Okay, Capricorn, this message is for you, but this is for all of you. If this applies to you, comment a fire sign emoji. Some of y'all need to hear this. Some of y'all think you're undesirable. Some of you think that maybe you're not as valuable because, you don't get as attention as much as certain other people. And what you don't realize is that you got hidden admirers. You're dealing with people who are terrified of you. They're obsessed with you. It's not even their attraction to you is not normal. They don't even, some of them are not used to the feelings they feel towards you because you represent everything that they have learned was taboo, or you represent everything that they're not used to. And so they may act like they're not interested, but they're obsessed with you. They check up on you. You terrify them. You force them to accept things that they have not accepted within themselves. So you live this life. You think, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just not good enough. And it's no. They feel like they're not good enough for you, or they feel like you're too intimidating for them. Not that you scare them in this conventional sense, but in a sense where, if the thought of being with you terrifies them, because they would have to be honest with the fact that they care too much about what other people think. And so it's they like you, but it's if I get with you, all my friends would hate on the relationship. My family would hate on the relationship. And getting with you represents a sacrifice they have to make. Getting with you represents a spiritual path they have to get on. So it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the reality of how fake their life is and how you trigger them to actually live a life worth living, and how, because you actually live it, you know what I'm saying? You really challenge them. Meanwhile, you thinking you undesirable when you literally too good for them. All right, straight up. These people will tell you that themselves. Is it true? Are you too good for anyone? That could be debatable, but that's why. Okay, so keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with you not being good enough. It has everything to do with you being someone that society can't label. And so they realize that they will have to actually be really about it, and certain people can't make that sacrifice, so they don't deserve you. because they refuse to take that sacrifice to be who they truly are and to come into what they truly want. They're disrespecting their own heart for something as superficial as stupid ass opinions from other people who don't even know who they are. Crazy. And then people think you crazy. Hilarious. Aquarius. We have Heart Awakening. Lady Nada. What's up? Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Damn, it was about to focus too. The Miriam Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. You're right. Or when they finally make that decision, it'll be too late. You would have moved on. So just keep that in mind. Because some people think that another part of the message is some people think that they can just keep you in a certain zone forever. Some people think that they can just kind of keep you here, like they can have their cake and eat it too. And now you're not letting some people have their cake and eat it too. And now they're taking it out on you because you're forcing them to have integrity by just having integrity yourself. Some of you are out of integrity by letting people treat you like that. And now you're coming back, you're taking back your power. So you have some people who feel like they're keeping you there and you're not going to be there. You never were there. They're going to realize you never were there and they never had that security with you. And that they're going to realize that they may not really have the opportunity to be with you like they kind of entertain they could just fall back on. And you're going to see a lot of anxiousness and people show their true colors. Amen. Shout out to Purnell. And if you didn't see our peace talk, it was definitely one of our better ones, one of the best ones of the series. Make sure you check that out. All right, shout out to all you Aries, y'all are lit. And shout out to you, Clean Dom. Shout out to you. My cake. Yep. Amen. Yes, setting examples by just being me. Amen. So don't let people just talk a certain way. Tell them to show you something. And if they can't, be like, I thought so. I thought so. Anyway, Pisces, we have love and acceptance. Love is yours. Hope says, recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. This is an Aquarius card. And we have devotion, Krishna. Okay. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You're loved unconditionally. All right. So once again, make sure you read E Squared and E Cubed by Pam Grout. I'll show you one more time. Woo! That was a wild channel session. You got E Squared, 9 do-it-yourself energy experiments. And then you also have E Cubed, 9 more energy experiments that prove manifesting magic and miracles is your full-time gig. Do you hear me? Full-time gig. Do you hear me? Not part-time. Not, okay, that was cool. I manifested that, but let me get it full-time. You can do this shit full-time. You can do this full-time. Read those books and you will do this full-time. In fact, this book was a huge indicator for why I'm able to do what I do full time. So I'm just letting you know. Like, shout out to you, Pam Grout. Amazing book. And it's not like she does it for you. You do it. Okay. You're just going to get out your own way. And so other than that, I got the Kindle version. So other than that, this is now going to be for you before we step into the live readings. Shout out to Saint Sight. You're so awesome. That is beautiful. Make sure you hit her up. So for you watching me, this is what we got for you. I'm going to pull 3. We have Awakening Presence, what we got for Libra and Gemini, the creators of South Park. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection or love. When I learned that Matt Stone and Trey Parker were Gemini and Libra, I was like, that makes so much sense. These are literal, like, celestial angels among men. Like, this is crazy. Karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. And we also have Transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. I love it. I love this Shiva card. That's beautiful. That's why nothing is sacred with them. Yes. They will go in on anyone. This is why they're so good at showing humanity how stupid they can be. It's so fucking hilarious. So next we have, or first we have Jacqueline Westlake. Let's get it in. Yes, facts. Kind of like fire signs do, but just, more smart or intellectual. I'm just joking. Step 1, read the books. So Jacqueline, we have call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Amen. And we also have transcendence. Step up, honor your inner force, steps are being taken, dance with the universe. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoopsies. Hannah Yukon. For this Neptune in Pisces. Oh my God. Yeah, Blue Flame. It's on Audible. So if you want to get the audio version, you should be able to get that too. And it's a very quick read, by the way. These books are no more than 200 pages. So like a 30-minute hour read, you're done. You can get through them really quickly if you like speed read them. And if you want to get the free PDF, you can go to Saint Sight's website. You should be able to find her channel on YouTube under that too. So Hannah, we have Soul Flame. Radha, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. I love that. So next we have Alexandra. What's in store for my neighbor and I? Feel like he's a soulmate, cross-star astrology, and it's fire. I love it. So this Venus retrograde, appreciate you, Pernell. This Venus retrograde is definitely going to put you in a position to appreciate you, Lilac. This Venus retrograde is going to put you in a position, and yet the audiobook is on Audible. But this Venus retrograde is going to put you in a position to understand the dynamic between you and your neighbor. It'd be a great time to make your move in action too. But we also do have the sacred self. Oops. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So express your gifts to this neighbor, because once your neighbor sees your spiritual gifts, he's going to see, then your neighbor is going to see a deeper insight to you, which would literally grow the relationship. Really, really interesting. Raja Lee Lewis. Thank you so much. Let's get it. Let's get it. We have the sacred vision of Miriam. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. But I also have a bonus card for you. Infinite abundance, Lord Ganesh. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Yeah. So some of y'all got Helga treatment. Some of y'all have people who are so prideful, like it's so weird. It's so weird. Y'all are some weirdos. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. This is for everybody. Y'all got some weirdos who like play Helga with y'all, and you're a football head, and like they have hate boners for you. Like, and you'll know that this is what I'm talking about because it's one-sided. There's always something negative. You didn't even, it's all unsolicited. You didn't even ask. You're picking up on this negative frequency. Whole time they're obsessed with you. They're completely obsessed with you. They cannot stop thinking about you. But they're just gonna act in your presence like they don't like. It's weird. It's not cool. Ain't nothing dope about that. Like, it's weird. Okay, it is what it is. So we have El Mendoza. Let's go. Yeah, Blue Flame is lit. We have light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Keep it up. What are you talking about? So next we have Hera Z. Hera Z. Do, 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 do. What do you see? Thank you, Al Mendoza. So Hera. Shit. Karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Oh, nice. Shout out to Saint Germain. Wendy Knight. Thank you, Lissy. I got you. I got you. Wendy, we have Kali Ma facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And I feel like as a Cancer sun, this is personally Pluto opposite your sun. And so it's facing fear. By the way, Venus on Pluto is awakening the most relevant love conflict with you. So some of you, you're about to break through in a soulmate situation out of nowhere. Or you're about to break through in your relationship. That's because Venus is on Pluto. I'm going to do a special video about that. Awesome. Good to know. So next we have Maggie's Just Love Community. Blue Flame, yeah, we should definitely get live together. And Angelique, looking forward to it. And Maxine, it is not too late. There's still time. And Blue Flame, yes, let's totally schedule a live soon, and we could pull cards together. Maggie Just Love Community. Or get your ass stalked, right? Be careful with this too. My DMs have been crazy. I think like 2 or 3 women asked for my hand in marriage already, which I don't, I'm not mad at, but like, damn. Come on, use discretion. If they deserve death, you would know. You would know as divine goddess. So Mahavatar Babaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. And we also have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. All right. Next we have Avon. Shoot. Ain't that the truth? Babaji. Ooh, we have Master Jesus, Avon. I feel like you're very connected to Jesus. You are on the right path, or the Christ consciousness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Because I don't know who this is, to be honest. But you are connected to the Christ consciousness for sure. Very, very, very so. So next we have Serena, or finally we have Serena Peck. Maybe you got the juice, maybe we got the sauce. I don't know, maybe because of Magic Mike. Who knows? This is a really good question. So yeah. All right. We have call to action. This is how we started. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Let's get it. I love that. I was just thinking about this card. All right, so Maxine Farias, let's go. Gem Sun, Sag Moon, Cancer Rising, gang. We see you're an ascended angel as a high priestess. You have ascended enlightenment. That is so awesome. Oh, you're a transcendent angel too. Oh, that's lit. I don't sleep on 12th house Gemini suns. Like, y'all are on a whole nother level. So we have call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And there's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. But I want to pull again for you. All right, Maxine. So we have inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. And we also have this with cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Beautiful. Shout out to you, Jacob. Jacob is about to feature me on his upcoming album, so I'm very excited. Next, we have El Moria for you too, Maxine. Awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. This is what Gemini got. So, yeah. All right. That being said, that seems to be everybody. Y'all stay blessed as always. And bonus card for everybody. We have Radha again, Soul Flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Beautiful. Y'all stay blessed as always. And until next to the time, Godspeed.